Hey, what's up, guys? My guest today is my little brother. This is middle brother, so there's five of us, 4 boys, 1 girl. This is number 3, third boy, named David Aguilar. He's my little brother. I've known him all his life. He's known me most of my life. Great episode. He's thinking about doing a podcast, so it's kind of cool. Bounce ideas back and forth. We talk almost daily, and we actually did a podcast on the drive one time to see if we could do like a mobile podcast, but it was too much, the traffic, the beeps, about whatever. So we decided to do it again, and we ended up doing a couple hours. Pretty fun. Smart dude, one of my favorite people in the world. Love him to death. And yeah, let me see, he's doing a lot of the challenges. That's a lot of things going on right now, a lot of the challenges. Hope you enjoy. Welcome back to the Cool Kids Table Podcast. My guest today is my little carnalito, my little sweet cheeks, David Aguilar. Say what's up, girl.
What's up, shotties?
So before we started, right away, everybody knows how we do the little practice. You started talking a good stories. I go, hold on, we'll start off with that. What were you saying about work?
Okay, so there's been not ghost.
Talking to the mic, you're already.
No, I haven't moved.
Oh, you were like,
not
go for it, girl. Go for it. I'm sorry.
Not like ghost activities, but like in paranormal stuff. And every time something happens to me, a story that me and you experienced comes to mind. Do you remember? Without me saying anything.
I know, girl. I know what you're talking about. We're chilling right there in the front yard, drinking a pistol, smoking a J, and then we were listening to some fucking heavy ass narco corridos, like the heavy, like that Super Duty, fucking cut your throat off and fucking I pray to the devil shit. And we heard that, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
No.
Which one are you talking about?
We're listening to some fucking Frozen, B.
Some Frozen.
No, okay. No, you don't remember? We were outside.
Yeah. Which one are you talking about?
Where it sounded like a bag was...
Yeah, that's the same time. But we're listening to music and we're listening... Remember it was...
I don't know if you were being serious about the music. Cause I don't remember.
Yeah. Because it was... Hold on, give me 1 second. I think the song is Noel Torres and Gerardo Ortiz. La something del diablo. La lista del diablo.
No.
La...
Fuck.
Yeah.
I could look... fuck, man.
Well, look it up. Look it.
What's the name?
That's a jammy jam. That's a banger. That's a hit.
It's not good enough to remember the name, though.
That's like 7 moons ago. Fucking, I don't really listen to that music. I still do. I still fucking fuck with Arlie Perez. I like the old school shit. But fuck, La Cuenta del Diablo.
El Comando del Diablo.
El Comando del Diablo. Yeah, that song is fucking like...
It's lumbre.
Yeah. And yeah, so we're listening to that shit, and I just remember it was like, I wanted to see him on the dot, but it was pretty late, and everybody had already called it a night. Me and you were still chilling, and then we just heard some fucking rustling and some fucking... It didn't sound like fucking no bag to me. And then I bitched out, you bitched out, like, I told you, let's go check, and you're like, nah, let's go inside. I'm like,
hey, I said I would hold my flashlight out for you.
Yeah, I was like, let's go check. And you're like, nah, I don't know, could have been whatever. It could have been a fucking crazy bum that we didn't see sneak in. But yeah, that shit was fucking... I have a few stories like that. That one was...
I'm kind of disappointed you said it didn't sound like a bag, because everyone I tell, I'll be like, it sounded like a bag.
No, it didn't sound like a bag to me.
It started like a bag rustling, like if someone was just moving the bag.
It sounded like somebody was moving. It sounded like... almost like somebody was crawling to me, like somebody was like... I heard a noise, like it was a very...
Maybe we're listening to whatever scared us individually.
That's true.
Because I'm scared of bags.
And I'm scared of fucking snipers crawling and fucking sneaking up over the fucking hill and just...
That's why you sucked on Call of Duty, B.
I don't know, because all they do is snipe. That's why I don't even play that shit.
That's why you sucked.
Alright. Well, yeah. I don't believe in paranormal shit anymore, so now I would be like, I'd go check it out. But I have a badass story that... There's a few... once I get Ernie on here, he'll talk about it. Like, we heard straight, like, we were drinking, waiting for people to show up, like right there where he used to live, in the apartments in the back. And I'm sure he'll say it better, but we were hanging out, just me and him, like waiting for everybody to show up. We already had a couple of Bud Ice, and he had a couple of chairs, you know, like the lawn chairs, I guess, you know, like those foldable chairs. And we're hanging out, and from behind me, I just hear like a, and like I got chills right now. Like, imagine that, like hearing it, and like it sounds like it's 2-3 feet behind you. So I was like, that's in my head or some shit, right? So I take a swig of my beer. These are like, they have a cap, right? Like, it's not like a bottle opener, they have a cap. So like I uncap it, take a swig, and then like I see him do the same thing. And we're both just sitting there kind of quiet. He goes, tell me you heard that shit too. Or was that shit in my fucking head? I was like, dude, I got the fucking chills. Like, what the fuck was that? And like, there's nothing. It's an empty fucking lot. There's a few cars or whatever, but there's nothing there. And another one, I was in a warehouse in downtown, right? And people always told me, hey, there's fucking ghosts in here, you know, just be careful. They're friendly, whatever, but they'll scare you, like they'll sneak up on you. I was like, okay, whatever. So one day I show up early, right? And they tell me everybody's going to come in like at 4, and I had been there since like 9, 10. And we had not up to code, but we had wooden stairs. And to go up the wooden, like to get to the second floor, that's the only way. There's no other way in there that you can get up to the second floor. And so I remember just hearing, like, I heard that sound because I would step on those stairs, and I would make the boom, 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 you know, the sound. And so I was like, oh, cool, somebody's here, you know. And so I just wait. I'm in the room, so I just wait, and there's nowhere else to go. The stairs lead directly to the office. Like, there's nowhere else to go. So I was just waiting for somebody to come in, and I waited like 30 seconds. I'm like, that's weird. Somebody came upstairs, probably thought nobody was in here because nobody knew I was going to be there early, and they walked back down. So I was just curiosity. I didn't think nothing of it. I was like, oh, let me see who it is. So I went downstairs. I looked through everything. There was nobody fucking there. And I was just like, huh, what a trip. It's not the ghost. Like, that's like 30 minutes later, sure enough, again. And like at this point, I already had like my whole I don't believe in that type of shit. So I was like, this shit ain't gonna. So I like rush out the room and I look out. And as soon as I look out, like the sound just stops. I didn't see nothing, but the sound just stops. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, and then, you know, people say, oh, you were here. Like, no, dude, like it's not a creak, like a one stair. It's like somebody coming up the stairs type.
Like it's a noise you heard before, and you're like, no, I'm not making that.
Yeah,
shit.
and that's the thing. Like, I don't believe in it. Like, if you were telling me, what do you think it was? I don't fucking know, dude. I can't explain it. But if you were telling me you think that was a ghost, I don't think it was a ghost. But I know the sound that I made going up those stairs. I know the sound I made going down those stairs. And it sounded like somebody was coming up the stairs. I went out and there was nobody there. And it's not like, oh, there was something blocking me or something. A few hours later, like at the time they had said they were going to come, like 4 or 5 people start showing up. So I just tell them, they're like, oh, it's cool. At least like they don't turn off the lights on you. That shit's fucking spooky, you know, especially at night. Like, especially like, you know, when we're playing with our music on our phones, you know, like Bluetooth, you can't leave too far or else it'll turn off.
Yeah.
And there's a big ass warehouse, and it would just turn off, and you're like, fuck, I gotta navigate through the dark, you know. And so, I mean, I've had a few experiences, but the one with you, the one with Ernie, and that one by myself are the ones that stand out as far as, you know, and people tell me, you believe that shit? I'm like, no. If you were, like right now, if you were, not you, because I believe you, but if somebody would tell me, like, hey, this happened to me, I'd be like, you're full of shit, you're probably drunk, you're high, you're imagining. I was, my fight, what do you say, like, my good state of mind,
like, yeah,
like, I was coherent, I was chilling, working, and then I heard that shit, and it was just kind of like, I didn't get scared or nothing like that, but I was like, that's a fucking trip. Like, I know people aren't going to believe me when I say this story, because I wouldn't believe it if somebody told me this shit.
See, some shit like that happened to me exactly the other day. The good thing is someone else heard it. So, like, where I work is basically like a Home Depot. Just think about it that way. Now, like, we're not obviously as efficient as them or like up to date with as them. So we don't have like a tracking system or anything like that, right, for customers. So at the end of the night, we walk the floor to make sure it's clear of customers. So me and this other guy are walking the floor, and we're basically like coming to the point where we're gonna meet each other, right? And then I radio over like, oh, we're clear, because there's pretty much only one aisle left, and like we're looking at each other, and as we're looking at each other, like that one aisle is the one that's left, right? That's the only one. It sounds like there's someone fucking moving a cart through it, and like in my head, I'm like, fuck, of all the luck, like the one aisle we didn't check is the one there's gonna be a customer. So we kind of look at each other like, what the fuck? And we both walk towards the middle. We look, there's nothing fucking there. And I was like, what the fuck? I step back and like I look at the next aisle to see like maybe they're walking that way. Nothing. And then like we look at each other now, and like based on his reaction, like if you looked at me a certain way, I'd be like, oh fuck, this is what he's thinking. So I was like, no, dude, I heard that shit too. And he goes, all right, good, because I thought I was going crazy. And he said it like it sounded like someone was moving a cart, and there was not even a cart there. But it's one of those things where, like, I know that noise. Like, I know what it sounds like, but there's no explanation for it and shit.
Recently, I had one at work as well. You know, the door that it reminds me of is, like, a school one. Remember, like, the cafeteria ones, like, at Parkview?
The big metal ones?
The big metal ones would have that push thing in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they
fire exit one.
Pretty much. That's how our back door is, right? You can't get in unless you have a key. So people always knock, right? And at night, like, they'll check the camera real quick and be like, oh, somebody's there, let them in, whatever, you know, one of the employees or whatever. And this happened a while ago. I'm saying recent, but I'm thinking about it. It was a while ago because it was in the summer. And we were talking about, like, people said, oh, there's a ghost here. You know that, right? Like, they'll fucking, when you're in the restroom at night, the lights will turn off, whatever. I'm like, I hear that everywhere, you know, that's what they say, that the lights, I'm like, they're probably on a timer or some shit. I don't know how the fuck, this is an old building. I don't know how the fuck it works. And they were just talking about whatever, and legit, like right now, you see how our beer bottles are on the thing. It wasn't nothing close to the edge, nothing like that. We're just talking about like ghost stories. I shared the one about the stairs.
Yeah.
And out of nowhere, a glass just falls off like a counter, like boom, it doesn't break, but it was just like we all looked at each other like, what the fuck? Like we all just saw it. Like right now, imagine something just fell.
Yeah.
You'd be like, what the fuck? Like it was not tilted over or nothing. And so like, dude, like sometimes the ghosts don't like talk, you know, you bring that energy or whatever. So we hear a ta 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 on the back door, right? Like somebody. Now like it's kind of late. I'll go open it, and everybody heard it, right? So I go and open the door. I'm like, what the fuck? I come back, and so they're like, who is it? I'm like, there was nobody there. They're like, let's go check the camera. So they go check the camera, and then sure enough, there was nobody there. And then we were all standing around like, we all heard that noise. Like, there's no fucking like, oh, I might have heard something. No, like we all, there was like 5 of us. I think we all saw that thing fall. We all heard the door. But then when you explain it to the other coworkers, they're like, nah, you guys fucking trying to pull a prank on us or some shit. You know, like it doesn't get taken serious unless you go through it yourself.
No, and something happened here actually. I was in the garage. It was maybe, I think 2 weeks ago. It was after Abby had left, and I was washing clothes, and I was in the garage by myself basically, and I had already put the clothes, I already put the pot or whatever, and put the fabric softener like I was putting. So it's not like I had just walked in, and I don't know if you know her like off by memory, but her little toy, the one with the steering wheel that makes like car noises, random noises. So all of a sudden that thing goes off. Just and I was like, oh, that's fucking weird. But I was like, all right, whatever, I'm ignoring it. And then, like, as soon as it goes off, because it goes through, like, a whole little cycle or whatever. Like, again, it goes off, and I was like, what the fuck? That second one kind of gave me the chills. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Like, I was like, if I'm going to be here, I'm going to record this shit. So, like, I started recording, but then I think the video got up to, like, 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, fuck, like, nothing's going to happen. So I turned it off, and I was like, nah, fuck that. I'm going to keep recording. I'm going to stand here until something happens, like, at least 10 minutes. I was kind of committed. And then I started recording. I catch the end of it. The thing is, I had recorded it on Snapchat, and like an idiot, I didn't save it. But it went from doing those fucking cycles to when I was going to record, it goes, fuck, I forgot what it says when it turns off, but it's something like, okay, goodbye. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that shit was kind of creepy as shit.
I have a really good, I've shared this with a lot of people in real life, but I haven't shared it on here. When we were living on Maxon, right? This happens all the time, and I want to hear people's stories, but the toys will make noise randomly, right? And it's fucking creepy because, like, I know there's like the plush dolls that, like, you could say, oh, something fell on it, you know, another toy fell on it. but there's certain toys that you turn off. Like, you turn off that. It's not Build-A-Bear. It's like one of those little bear ones, you know, like the violet one she had, the purple one. Well, Violet, I guess, but her name was Violet. Tito bought it for her. It's like learning, you know, it sings and whatever. I'm sure people will know what I'm talking about, like if they have children. And
I'll probably know if
you see it, yeah. And so that thing, like if you turn it off, it doesn't make a sound. If it's on, it'll like if you press on it, it'll start singing the ABCs. If you press the leg, the foot, it'll sing the fucking numbers. It'll sing whatever. And that motherfucker would always be blasting in the middle of the night, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. It would just start, and I'd be like, "What the fuck?" So I'd make sure to turn that fucker off, like go on the back and turn it off. And I wouldn't get scared, but I just, you know, especially cold as fuck, you know, in the middle of the night, you just hear, 5 minutes of bedtime music. I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, I know for a fact I turned that off. And so, give it a few weeks or whatever. And one day I'm in the shower, right? And I come out, and I'd be standing right side out the door. Like, she was like 2, and she was maybe younger. She was standing at the door. And you know how she talked early on, right?
Yeah.
That's why people didn't believe me, but then they see her talking. I was like, what the hell? Like,
what you doing?
Like, yeah, what you doing right here? She goes, I'm scared. I don't like the living room. And I was like, why? What's wrong? And she goes, it's scary. I don't want to be there by myself. I was like, okay, you know, well, Papi's here. Yeah, I got you. Whatever. Didn't think nothing of it, you know. I just so then people just we were at a party right there outside, and I remember we were drinking, and then I don't know what we were talking about, and they're like, oh, you know, like all the shit that's happening in the neighborhood, like, you guys ever get bad vibes in your house? I was like, hey, that's funny. Something happened like 3 days ago, you know, and I told them the story. They're like, oh, dude, yeah, it's that spirit that floats around right here in the block, like, mandalo la verga, you know, like, cuss him out, you know, don't let him get comfortable in your house, because if it does, like, it's gonna stay there, you know. And I was like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Yeah. They're like, you need to, like, let that motherfucker know, like, you're in charge, like, don't. And then one day I remember I came out of the shower again, and Abby was there sitting there crying on the couch, and I went to her and I told her, what's wrong? And she pointed, like, towards the corner, you know, like, my TV was facing the wall towards the brick wall.
Yeah.
And she was pointing like that, like, so I just got up, you know, I don't know what, but I felt like a dumbass, and I probably looked like a dumbass, but I started writing like, no, you motherfucker, like, you leave her alone. Fuck with me. Leave her alone. Don't you fucking do nothing to her. And then she was a baby, right? So I told baby, and I kept pointing to whatever it was. I was like, look, if they bother you, Papi's gonna get them, okay? So you tell them no. 2-3 weeks go by. It wasn't like the next day, but 2-3 weeks go by. And I'm in the shower, and I know I'm always showering, right? It always happened when I wasn't around. That's my point. It wasn't like I take fucking 10 showers a day. But it wasn't when I wasn't around. I'd come out, and I heard, leave me alone. My Papi's coming out. And I came outside running, and she's staring at the same corner, pointing like, leave me alone. And I started yelling, hey, motherfucker, I fucking told you, don't fuck with her. Do some shit to me. And, like, there was little things, like, you know, that fucking music going off at the night, things being unplugged, like, that's weird, right? Like, being unplugged, like, and nothing crazy, like, not the stove or nothing, but, like, the microwave or the television, and, you know, you might say, well, it slipped, but how often has your fucking switch flipped? I mean, your plug been unplugged? And, I don't know, I never got the eerie feeling like something was there, but just seeing her reaction, you know, like, seeing her, and everybody told me, oh, it's because kids see things, kids, whatever, it's their magic. I'm like, maybe, but that shit stopped. You know, and so I don't believe in it. I can tell you right now, I don't believe in that. But that was like a funky situation, because they're like, dude, I'm talking, screaming to a wall, but she's all happy now because she's not like.
You are like on kind of like in the same page, but not really like in the same manner. So like a lot of the time, like at work, people will be like, "Oh, there's a ghost," shit like this. And I don't care. I walk around joking around, like, come out and play, shit like that.
Yeah, same.
So, you know how I would do Insanity after work at night right here?
Yeah.
So, one time I came, and, I was back there, and I was doing it or whatever, and I was like, fuck, it's fucking dark back here. And, like, halfway through my workout, I was like, I feel like I'm being watched. So, like you said, like an idiot, you're talking to yourself, but I was like, hey, whatever's back here, I know you're not the devil, but I know you're not a bitch either. Like, I'm not trying to start a fight. Whatever you are, show yourself tomorrow at work. And then the next day, I forgot what happened, but I ended up leaving work early. So I left work early, and like I completely forgot about it, right? Like, it's not even on my mind. And the next day during break, one of my coworkers, she's like, during our last break, she said, like, man, yesterday was so weird. Like, everywhere I was working, like, I would just feel like I would see someone in the corner, like, staring at me, and when I'd look, like, they'd peek around the corner, right? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, should I tell her what I...
what I wished? I mean, because they say they like you, they'll follow you. I don't know. I don't believe in them, so because people... These conversations happen, right? Not all the time, but...
People don't like me, might as well say what to do.
So, keeping it paranormal, but not something... It happens in the chats, but not really in the conversations. Well, we haven't talked about it, so it'll probably be an interesting take. Do you believe in UFOs?
Like, in what way?
Well, okay, that's it. Yeah, it is a... Alright, well, fuck, I could almost... Well, I want to hear you talk, I don't want to hear me talk, so let's say...
Okay, do I believe the possibility of life...
Outside of the universe? No, okay.
Not the universe.
Well, outside our galaxy. Yeah,
yes.
outside our galaxy.
Outside of our galaxy? Yeah, hell yeah. Like, think about it. Have you ever seen that picture they have of the... I think it's a Hubble telescope took?
Yeah.
Where, like, in that little section where they're like...
There's 100 million
This is like
stars,
fucking
galaxies.
0.01% of the space, or... of
the visible space.
Or known space, because, yeah, it's what we could see, like... And it's nothing but galaxies. Like, galaxies.
Each little dot is hundreds of millions of galaxies.
Not planets, not stars, like fucking galaxies, like full on. Like, our galaxy... Does our galaxy just consist of the 9 planets? Is the Milky Way just our 9 planets?
No, that's our solar system.
Okay, and
the Milky Way is all of them.
Like, yeah, exactly. So, think about it. If our galaxy is... I don't even know how big, because I don't care, but it's...
365 million light years across from one point to the other. Like, no more, I think. No more. Yeah, it's more. Well, anyways, it's like fucking huge.
I hope someone fact checks.
No, they will. They'll let me know in the fucking DMs.
They're just trying to slide in,
They are, but it's cool.
It'd be like that.
Okay, well, see, I believe there's intelligent life out there. I just don't think they're looking for us. Like,
now, okay, do you also believe that there's dumb intelligence out there? Let's say there's a planet where, like, the tontos took over, like, they want, maybe that's Earth. But, like, think about, like, the tontos took over, and, like, there's... Have you ever seen Idiocracy?
Yeah, that's a great one. I tell everybody, like, we're living that, yeah.
Oh, I want to say no, but...
Feeding the plants their equivalent of Gatorade. Oh, President Camacho. That's a good movie. Terry Crews in there. Fucking... What's his name? The main guy? Not Adrian Brody. It's something Wilson. Not Owen, the other one.
Brody. Isn't that the boxer?
No, Adrian Brody's the pianist.
I've never seen it. I'm not cultured. I don't watch those fancy movies.
It's alright. Brothers Bloom with Mark Ruffalo. Fucking classic. Me and Tito watch that every time.
That guy's Hulk, right? Ruffalo?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, see, like... What's a great line me and Tito used to say at the end of the movie?
Hey, speaking of that, I still haven't watched...
You're the only...
What's that one last Avenger movie? Endgame?
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
It's really good.
I watched Captain Marvel. That's a good movie.
I haven't watched that.
That's a really good movie. No, is it Captain Marvel? Yeah.
The one with the girl.
Well, no shit, but... I mean...
Too bad there wasn't anybody here to see your greatest magic trick. And then he goes, you're the only audience I needed. That's the movie, fucking The Brothers Bloom. I was thinking about it.
When you get a chance, look up some guy made some musical about Shia LaBeouf. And, like, it's a legit musical, like, performed and everything. Like, well, remember you saw that one podcast or YouTube channel, the Hot Ones, and you're like, it makes me think differently of Shia LaBeouf a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, I seen that first. And then I seen that one musical on YouTube or whatever. It's like a 5-10 minute musical. But at the end of it, like, Shia LaBeouf agreed to, like, basically they filmed the performance and then they film him by himself sitting in the audience, and then like fucking stands up and it's like clapping hysterically and shit. And I'm like, it's kind of funny to make fun of yourself like that. Like,
well, yeah, that's what people love, the self-deprecating humor.
But you remember a couple of years ago when he'd show up to red carpet with like, I mean, that probably was a little too much, but he'd show up to the red carpet with like a fucking paper bag over her face saying like not famous or something like that.
I don't follow.
I don't need it except like since when that came up, like I was like, oh shit, let me look up what this guy's been up to, and that's what everyone talks shit about him about basically. But then I was like, like in a way it was all a stupid artistical face or whatever.
Yeah.
But like himself or like once he's out of that fucking, it's like creating a persona or whatever. Once he's out of that persona, you're like, oh, this fucker's actually intelligent. Like, he actually has a plan behind what he's doing. And, like, maybe to other artists, they're like, oh, this shit, I can understand why he's doing that.
Yeah. That's how I felt with Ashton Kutcher. You listen to Armchair Expert with Dag Shepard?
No.
Really good podcast. He has a bunch of famous people, right? He's like a Hollywood actor and shit. And he had Ashton Kutcher on it, and I was like, fucking Kelso, fucking the guy from 2.5 Men, the new one, you know, like, little dummy dude, where's my car? Like, and then this guy is a fucking great actor because he is intelligent as fuck. And then the things he talks about and the way he talks about them, I'd highly recommend that episode and that podcast. But everything, like, they have planned, him and his wife, like, everything they want their kids
his
to
wife,
grow.
You know who his wife is?
Yeah, Mila Kunis.
Oh yeah, with Jackie.
Jackie, yeah. Mila Kunis?
Mila, yeah.
Mila. They're sending their kids to public school.
Yeah,
they're gonna fucking donate their money off. Like, they're not gonna give their kids in a treasure. What's it called? Not a treasure. Fucking when you die, like when you're a fucking, what's it called? You're a fucking child. You're
fuck. I know the word you're talking. Where you leave it like in the bank to grow interest.
Yeah, and then trust fund.
Yeah, there you go.
Trust fund. They're not trust fund children. Like, when they die out, they're gonna give their money to charities and be like, no, because they can't be. You know, they're gonna grow up differently. They want them to grow up and be model citizens. And I was like, fuck. Yeah. There's just one thing to like talk about, but they're doing it, so that's pretty cool.
I don't know if you know this, but like, he has saved like, I don't know the exact number, might be more or less, but it's a high number. Like, I think somewhere around like 6,000 girls from like the sex trafficking thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he that's pretty much his passion. Like, he has a I don't want to say it's a charity, a foundation.
Organization?
Yeah, like a foundation organization that dedicates himself to saving girls like that. And it's crazy. Like you said, like, everyone just...
To bring it around full circle, the Hollywood Ripper, he was living in El Monte. He killed his then girlfriend. Like, when she was his girlfriend, he killed her, the Hollywood Ripper.
Damn.
Yeah. And he lived right there on fucking... Deanna, like right there by, what's that school, Voorhees?
I'm not sure. I don't even know that street.
Like, not North Amani, but top of the 10, right there on Durfee. Well, in that area, he was living there and he was killing he was a serial killer.
That's crazy.
Well, we were living right there, like down the street. Like in the 2000s.
He's going towards rich people and shit?
No, he killed his neighbor right there. That's when he got caught. He killed somebody in Chicago, and that's how they traced like all the fucking DNA and shit.
Chicago? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like the first one, or he
killed in Chicago, and so they had his DNA on record. And then when he killed he left his DNA. So he had multiple
Have you ever seen that fact that there's like 1,000-something serial killers
active right now?
Yeah.
Oh, I had an episode with Philip. Hopefully we do a podcast next year.
Did you also know there's like 4 or 5 anti-government, anti-American, like, what's it called? In a way, terrorist groups in America?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big one in New York. Do you remember was it in Oregon that they took over this?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, because they were white, they got away with it. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think they're out free now.
Yeah.
Like, they went for... Well, the stupid thing is, like, they might say, like, oh, you're sentenced to 2 years, and then 2 months later fucking release them because of some...
Good behavior, or because
some stupid... I don't want to say loophole because that's probably the wrong word, but some stupid, like, oh, it got misfiled or mishandled, and... Yeah, it's ridiculous. And, like, your boy Tekashi B.
Brings that flame.
How do you feel... Alright, so you were into his music before
No.
I don't lie.
Me and Tito trolled you so hard, B.
You troll, yeah, right. You trolled
B.
me by listening to his music 24/7.
The only times we would ever listen to his music was when you were around.
Okay, the same way that you would say, now that put it out there, you would always say Machine Gun Kelly killed Eminem.
I still stand by that.
You're fucking
nah. Well, you can't call me out on this public fucking service, but
I can't
B,
because there's no other time.
the one thing is like B. Okay. Other than that song, I think it's Deadshot or whatever, Kill Shot that he made. I've never heard another song of his.
No,
I wouldn't listen.
because that Kill Shot is Eminem's.
Okay, well, whatever song he made to him, that's the one song I listen to. And I know how you and Yvette and Mauro fucking love Eminem. And I was like, his song wasn't even that good. It was
No,
good.
if he puts out garbage, I'll say it's garbage.
Well, that whole CD was garbage, and that's why everybody called him out on it. I don't know. I'm not big into him. Like, I like him stuff, but some of it.
I'm not gonna like.
Remember all that D12 shit? Like, I see you, man. Like, people got mad at me back then.
He was on drugs. Like,
It doesn't mean it wasn't trash.
no, he himself says it's trash.
But then why, all the people back then when I was saying it was trash, no, it's fucking this.
I'm not defending those people. I'll tell you.
I'm not, that's what I'm saying.
It's trash.
So when people say, "Oh, it's fucking the greatest step," I'm like, you can't just. You got to throw up the duds up there too.
We gotta put that list out there. Dylan. Damn, imagine how many people don't get that reference.
Those type of people don't listen to this show.
What do you mean, those people?
Exactly what I said. Those people don't. The people that listen to this shit know who Dylan.
Okay, boomer.
Did I tell you how I feel old? Because at work, they had like the young table, and I was part of like the older table. It's not the old table, but like the older table. And that was like the only person like in my age group. I was like, oh fuck, dude. I said, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna find another job. Like, well, I am, but not yet. But I was like, damn, dude, I'm so out of place. That, cause I never work with everybody at once, right? I only work with a few people here and there. And then I just saw that. I was like, damn, dude, I'm like the misfit toy here. Like, I don't fit in with anybody. I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? And I just, something to throw out there. It was kind of odd. Like a I don't know, kind of put things like I've seen it all.
I feel like my life kind of, like all of a sudden I see myself and like, oh fuck, I'm the responsible one here. Like, all right, like
sometimes
before I'm the one that's trying to find loopholes to be like, we don't got to do this shit. Like, I gotta make sure these motherfuckers.
Yeah,
it's not a good feeling.
I mean, I don't want to say it's maturity. I don't say it's growing up, but part of me feels like it is, at least to that extent. Because
isn't it like you give a fuck more about certain things and other things all of a sudden don't really matter?
Well, to me, almost. Well, I thought about this work issue, right? It's almost like I'm here to do this, this, and this. So I need to do this, this, and this. Yes. And if I'm not doing this and this and this, then what am I doing? Yes. And then if you're making me do this thing, like say another employee like not doing their job, that's not my job. I'm here to do this, this, and this. So you got to do what's this, this, and this, for you. Because I'm not going to take on more for the same rate to do your job, I'm all about helping each other out, but I'm not going to do your job for you. Yes. So then I'm not like an authority figure, but I'm like, hey man, do this.
That's why I like
okay. And the same thing is like my work ethic is like, I've always had strong, great work ethic, but I've always been the type to like find the loopholes, do the best job the easiest way. Like, you make me do a task.
When someone's slacking off too hard, you're like, hey, come on.
Yeah. No, and the thing I was gonna say is, people respect me, I guess, because I've talked to them like, why do you listen to me? Like, you shouldn't. Like, I'm just telling you what you should do, but you don't have to. Like, I'm not nobody in charge. And they're like, well, because you're doing it, how can I see you working and you tell me, hey man, like, pick it up a little, and just be like, oh, fuck you. Like, when you've been doing what you're supposed to. I'm like, all right, cool. Whereas before, I'd be the one like, let's get it done, but how can we be as fucking chill as possible?
Yeah.
And I don't know.
See,
great segue. Ooh. To me, it happened when I had my own business. Because then I saw how much work goes into it, and I'm like, dude, like, my job now, I'm like, fuck. these guys count on me, you know, because I know how much fucking you're paying this person to do this, and they're
slacking.
slacking.
Time, because you have business. Don't you feel like you're like, come on, you know, you gotta appreciate me a little bit.
No, hell yeah,
like,
they do. I mean, I'm taken care of. They do me good, but yeah, of course, and that's why I put that much more effort.
I was kind of speaking for myself. I didn't mean to put you on, like, try to put you on, like.
Oh no, yeah, but I mean, but don't you? Because I do feel like that, you know, like on certain things, I'm like, do we really gotta do this? Like, I'm sure, hopefully not, but I'm sure some of my people will listen to this and they'll be like, what the fuck? I don't go to meetings. Like, our meetings are not mandatory, but I'm like, I don't do meetings. Like, it's my day off and it's fucking early as hell. Like, do I need to be here? Is it like a dire situation? No. Then I'm cool. You guys talk to me on the one-on-one later. And if you guys want to reprimand me, you know, take a few days off, I get it. But I'm not gonna fucking, especially with my situation, drive 2 hours to get 1 hour worth of meeting. Like, it doesn't make sense. You know, hopefully I don't get fired for it, but fuck it.
You know what I like to say all the time? State law overpowers company policy any time of the day. Like, in that case, did you know that the minimum hours that they can pay for is 4 hours? Yeah. So you can show up and be like, hey, you gotta pay me 4 hours, and legally they have to.
But see, I also, I know the law, but, you know, the letter, that whole cop thing, you know, the letter of the law, and, like, I'm okay with, like, fuck it. If I lived in the area, I would go to the meetings. I would do that type of shit, but I'm just like, and then they're very understanding, because I'll be like, they'll have a meeting, and then everything they talk about, people won't do. And yet I'll have a one-on-one with them. They'll tell me what to do, and I'll be like, okay, we're changing this, we're doing that way. Okay, cool. You get me?
Yeah.
So you're going to the meeting, but you're not paying attention to what needs to be done. What was the point of you being there? I didn't go, and I'm doing what they asked for. You get me?
Yeah.
That's why, like, people, they even told me, like, everybody's like, yeah, we didn't expect you to come. Now, like, okay, cool. Like, my coworkers were like, yeah, we didn't think you were going to come. Like, fuck all that. And I was like, okay, cool. And the thing is, it's all the work I put in during my shift, right? Like, where they're like, he gets that little break. It's not a big break, but it's like he gets that because of what he does. And that's where I feel like I got to put that effort in every aspect of my life, which I kind of have been for the better part of, like, the last 2-3 months. But I just feel like I got to take it to the next level to get to the next level.
That's why, like, in a way, because at work I've been told, like, oh, you try too hard. But I'm like, that's just how I work. Like, that's just the way I'm, like, I have a standard and I have to meet that.
Yeah.
And in a way, like, at the same time, if I start slacking off at work, like, my life itself, I start slacking off, and I start, like, that's why I always tell myself, like, with kind of going off topic, remember how I had told you,
let's go on the tangent,
6-7 months ago, well, no, it was like a year ago, when I was working at that other place, that I was like, you know what, like, I'm fucking tired of doing this shit. I'm gonna get rehired where I used to work. I'm gonna fucking get the car I used to have, and I'm gonna fucking put my life back together. And then that shit started happening. And where did I start this fucking topic?
About your work ethic, and that some people say you try too hard.
So I was like, fuck it. Like,
shout out to me for listening and paying attention.
I remember doing this shit, you know, and I was like, I was good at it. Like, was I good at that specifically, or like, is it just like where I was comfortable or whatever? So like fuck it, I want to get back in to see if I could keep going exactly at the same pace I was. Then it's because, like, I'm in a way good at it. If I just fucking fall on my face, it's because I had, like, a good enough support that was holding me up. So when I started, I was like, all right, like, I am this smart in a way. So I'm like, all right, I gotta keep going at that rate, and then keep it outside. Not only keep it at work, but, like, keep it that high at work. So when I leave work, like, I'm in that mentality of, like, you gotta keep striving for better and shit.
And that's what happened with me. Is you can, well, I mean, you remember, I came home one day, I was like, I'm gonna start a podcast, and then I told you, like, this was gonna happen, I'm gonna get these people on, and I'm gonna get it like this, and, like, everything's going like it's supposed to. I said I was gonna get a job way out there, and it doesn't make sense. I know it doesn't, but, like, anything for Abby. And so it gives me the confidence to, like, everything I said that was gonna happen, like, in 2019, most of it did, right? Always there's hiccups. Nothing's gonna go perfect to a T. But it gives me the confidence to continue to say this is what's going to happen in 2020, because I know not everything's going to go according to plan, but if a lot of the things going good, like, you know, you can always adapt, you can always fucking overcome shit. So I feel like it's like a good guide. Like, all right, I'm doing this because I said I am. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna do this so I can do this.
And it's funny, like, I don't know why, but when you were saying that, it reminded me of this, in the metaphor, I think it is. But it basically said, treat your life like crossing a river with stones in front of you. Obviously, you're gonna be hopping on the next biggest stone, right? Like, trying to look for the securest path. Now, there's always gonna be that one little stone off to the side that you say, hey, that one could get me over there quicker. Now, you could also slip and fall off of it, or you could, like, let's say you jump on that stone and then there's another stone, a bigger stone to the right, and, like, you think it's a better path for you, but in reality, it's taking you away from
your end goal.
Or your
destination.
In a more secure path, like a more, where you have more stones, more places to stand on, more places to land. And I was like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense, because, like you said, once you start on a certain route, it's not like you're saying, like, this is what I'm going to do. Shit kind of starts falling on your plate where you're like, oh, I have options.
You open doors. Yeah, you open doors. And, I mean, that's why, like, I call it manifestation. Well, I mean, everybody calls it manifestation, but, you know, you manifest, like I said, I'm going to manifest my reality.
Attraction, like, there's so many.
Like, I tell everybody, like, speak it into existence. I say, think what you're going to do and then do it. And then say what you're going to do. And I do that shit all the time. And so now everything right now, fucking, what day is it today? 28th, 2018. Everything's going according to plan. Some people say, plan's a little fucked up, a little jacked up. Well, I mean, you got to plan accordingly. You know, I can't be on step 10 when I'm barely on step 3. You got to get me one too. So I got to be like, I'm going to do what I got to do right now in order to be there, you know, like, because a lot of people have been telling me, right, like, oh, you're lucky. You're lucky you have lists. I'm like, what does that mean? Lucky in what way? You're lucky you have these opportunities in front of you. Like, you know how many opportunities have passed me by, and, like, I've been, another great quote, right? They say luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
And remember I was telling you about this not too long ago? Like, everything I've done in my life, be it from bartending to playing baseball to playing chess, for, like, just learning, right? People tell me, like, oh, how, I mean, to change the subject, but to still on the same topic, like, just playing chess has opened doors to people. Like, that's a really complicated game. Like, I don't think I'm smart. I said it plenty of times. Only smart people can play that. Like, oh, I should introduce you to this friend. Like, he plays chess too. And all of a sudden, it's like you're meeting people just because of this fucking game. You get me? Like, if I would have said, oh, I played checkers, maybe they would have been, this was a dummy, doesn't whatever. And little by little, you start making connections. Is it lucky that I know how to play chess, or is it just preparation meets opportunity? That's a great example right there.
Yeah, well, I got to be in the pit crew, and then I also got to have dinner with, like, a billionaire across from each other, because his crew chief basically asked me, after looking at my car, my red one, he's like, hey, are you into cars? And that basically led into that, and it's one of those things where, like, again, you kind of talk shit about when I would modify my car, like, why do you do that? Like, and it's just one of those things that makes you happy in a way.
Everybody has their thing. I didn't get that when I was younger. I wanted everybody to like the things I liked. Makes sense? You get me?
But yeah, that was kind of cool. Where I was like, damn, like, it's because it's not. What's that one word where it's
describe it. I'm good at this.
Not confirmation. Where they're like
confirmation bias.
No. Where fuck. Where you're getting, like, not, is it reassurance? Where
yeah, I think it is. What you're aiming for, like, where, yeah, I would say reassurance, like,
you're getting validation, is that the word? Bless you.
Damn, I don't know if this thing picks up farts, but I just let it rip.
But yeah, like,
it's pretty quiet, I think. That's cool, though. They heard me cry, they heard me laugh, now they hear me fart.
Like, what you're doing stuff?
One of my homies has a badass line, if you cannot handle my farts, you cannot handle my heart, baby girl, so keep it moving. Continue, B.
So you stay single, B.
Okay. Mejor solo que mal acompañado.
Beggars can be choosers, B. Beggars can be choosers.
Not begging, baby, not begging. You're saying about the fucking reassurance, validation.
Yeah, like when you're doing stuff for yourself, it's kind of nice and like, because you're not focused on like remember when I started doing Insanity? Like you're like weigh yourself, and I was
I
like,
kept telling you, bitch.
Like,
you should have taken a before picture, but now I'm sure you would have loved the before picture.
No, because then it would have made me feel a little, what's it called? Vague?
No,
or
it's that's not vague. That's just like, look at, this is who I was, this is who I am. That doesn't mean look at me, like I'm hot shit. It's like, no, look, if I can do it, because that's what I tell you, if I can do it, you can do it. And sometimes people need to see that, like the progress, you know. Because the picture I just posted, I'm sure people will be like, oh damn, he lost weight. And then other people that don't know you, when I hear, oh, this fool lost X amount of pounds, I'm like, let me see.
That was still fat.
But see, that's a self-deprecating humor. I love that shit.
That's just speaking the truth.
Oh, fuck. Some of the memes I wish I saw a picture of me like 3 years ago, and like I was fat, but I wish I was that fat and not this fat, you know? Like I used to think I was fat in high school. Like I wish I was that fat.
You know, maybe it's like 2 chins ago. Or that one picture I posted on Instagram, everyone was like, fuck, you're fat. And I'm like, well, the crazy thing is, see, I continue feeling the exact same way. The only thing that's changed, honestly, is one of my friends. Because I told him, I was like, he's like, hey man, like, no homo, or like, not in a gay way, but like, you look good. And I was like, nah, dude, I still feel the same fucking way I did when I was big. And he pulled out his phone and he goes, look at this picture. It was like when I was in really good shape. He goes, you think I look good there? And I was like, yeah, you fucking look like you're in shape. He goes, I still fat as fuck. It is. But after that, I was like, you know what, no matter what, I'm probably going to feel like...
That's called self-confidence issues, B. You got to work on your self-confidence.
Nah, I'm pretty confident in myself, but like...
Doesn't sound like it.
I mean, I could give 2 shits about how I look.
Okay. I respect that.
I mean, you seen how I dress.
Like shit, I know. Like me, everybody knows me now like that. I was thinking even going a little bit more dapper, like a little bit like some khakis, and I was like, I don't know.
That's so much work.
Yeah. I was like, I enjoy this.
Like, if I could grow a beard, I probably wouldn't shave. This is the awful part. Like, I have to shave every day, but I could go 3 weeks without shaving, and I'll grow like one of the... Well,
we're Indian, fool. We're fucking straight Aztec blood.
I thought you were talking about, like, Indian from...
Morongo?
No, that's Native American. I thought you were talking about the other Indian.
Like
Yeah,
India?
that's what the fuck you talking about.
No, like we look at us, we don't break out, and we got this beautiful skin.
I know,
but we don't grow facial hair. Like my dad, he could not shave for a few. Well, I could not shave for a few months, and I still wouldn't. I grow shitty. Yeah. I grow good fucking patches. My patches are strong, so I just keep it baby smooth.
Give me a week, and I'll grow a good 5 o'clock shadow.
No, see, the good thing is though we got a good hairline, so that's what everybody's been telling me. Like, fuck, everybody's got that.
I know I'm not gonna go bald, but
yeah,
I got this white patch. Like, it's been there for the longest, but people started to notice it, and I was like, oh, that's disrespectful. You should have pointed it out before.
Jump into something. So the 2020 challenge, you're doing 10 of them. So maybe 11, because on one of them you said maybe. Or I didn't get it because you were like trying to be, because you put Jess on all of them, like 10 of them, but on one of them you said like maybe or something.
Yeah, okay, that one was a weird one. Was it the vegan one?
I don't know. TBH, or let's be honest. All right, be on your phone, fucker. Well, anyways, because you had talked about it. I had told you, like, bitch, fucking send me a message so I can screenshot it. And because you had said you were down for the mile, so I said, cool, send me a message so I could screenshot it. Send it to
the learn to swim.
Oh yeah, why not? We both don't know how to swim.
I know, but
then fucking do it, and that'll be 11. That'll be more than half.
But then I have to find a pool, and like there's a lot more factors.
Not really. It's gonna take you out, but
there's a will.
There's a way. So I don't know which ones you chose. Maybe you have a better idea which ones you chose, but why did you choose those? Like, starting off with the miles, obviously you're doing cardio, and another thing for the people listening, this fucker wants to do it on the treadmill, and I'm like,
Well, okay, I don't want specifically. I asked, is the treadmill, or do you want them to be physically ran?
Because I think physically ran would be better, just because
it might be
trackable.
Better, but if it's acceptable, I'll do the other one.
It'll be trackable. Because what if it's like you're doing 0.7 miles for every mile we're doing? We don't know.
Oh, this we talk. All right,
there's a lot of people joining this
out here in the low desert. It's what right now, like 39 degrees.
It's cool. You got a fucking hoodie on right now.
I don't want this shit to smell. The gym is nice and warm.
Well, then you could run laps around it at the gym I used to go.
They don't allow that.
10 years ago, they used to run outside the gym.
They don't allow that. They put a sign out.
Okay.
You know how the posts have the no running, no playing, no. I don't know all that good stuff. That they have one of those.
Womp, womp, womp. I don't have a sound effect machine, but I have to let you know that she was whack. Okay, you're tipsy. I like it. You're drinking like a fucking little fucking goldfish.
I don't think goldfish drink.
Oh, they drink a lot.
They smile back at you when you snack on them.
Damn, B.
Have you had someone walk out on you?
I thought that'd be cool. We go chill and watch TV.
Just turn it off real quick, 'cause I gotta come back.
No, I'm playing. We're having fun. This is a good time. The challenges. Which ones are you doing?
I mean, I could check right now if you're gonna criticize me, but I can't remember the like.
Look, you did 10, so that's like almost had. Like you can guess, and you might be right.
No, because the one. Nah, I can't guess because
you said skydiving. No, right?
No, because I'm fucking terrified of heights.
Me too.
I've tried different shits and
okay.
Like some people are like, nah, if you just try this, like, no, bitch, I fucking tried. I like the only thing left for me to try would be skydiving
or anal.
But the only thing left for me to try is skydiving. No, but see, took you long enough to get it. But
I laughed right away, B. But then I was thinking about it, like, is he talking about anal to himself or anal? B, it's like let's double-ended sword. Let's leave it out in the universe. Continue.
I just want to make sure you're done. Okay, so like I've tried everything. Like
except anal. Every time you say that, I'm gonna say that.
But like I've been up on rooftops. I've like done
rooftops. Oh, no, single-story home, B.
Like a warehouse and shit. Like,
oh my goodness, B. I used to take my lunch. I'm scared of heights. I used to take lunch on my fucking third-story building. That's not scary.
Then you're not scared of heights.
That B. Scared of heights is going like heights. Like,
okay, well if you're able to criticize someone and say that's not high enough, look at this shit. I didn't say okay Google. Look at that.
They're listening, B. I'm telling you that fucking.
But yeah, so now that you're not scared of heights, that we could point that out, because if you're in the same place as me and I'm scared of it and I'm scared of heights, and you say this isn't scary, then you're not scared of heights. And if you get up to a higher point,
that was something that's high.
No, okay, but that's your definition of high, right?
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm scared of heights,
but I mean, you're like a foot shorter than me too, so we got.
People really think you're fucking 7 foot tall, baby girl.
You're like 5'5".
You know what's crazy? Somebody told me this. Like, you're short, but you don't have little man complex. And I said, oh, fuck. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like, maybe that's why I'm so aggressive. Well, earlier in my life, that's why I was so aggressive. And I was like, I never considered myself short, even though I was short.
No, but that's why when you started driving the Durango, you're like, oh, I can see myself in this.
No, honestly, it was just comfortable.
No, it is. Like, it is. But then, like, you drive.
I even told Izzy today, I was like, dude, this is. I wouldn't. Like, I still say, like, I wouldn't drive a truck. Because he even told me, oh, check out the Ford Runners, check out this. I was like, yeah.
As a driver, not like. But I kind of think about it sometimes too. But, like, someday I'm going to have a car, and I'm going to have, like, a luxury car for when I want to go out, and then I'm going to have.
Fuck all that noise. One car, maybe a motorcycle as I get older.
I don't know, because, see, I trust myself driving, but, like, I don't trust others.
That's true, see, so I wouldn't, because then I would talk myself out of it. But I just want one car.
But, see, at the same time, like, you can't talk about wanting death and then be like, oh, I want to live. Like,
I want to commit suicide. I don't want to get killed. I don't want to commit suicide, for those of you fucking...
Yeah, because I was going to say, like...
Yeah, no, it got too dark. No.
It got too real. Like, those are the...
Yeah,
keep to... Hey,
Tell the therapist that.
Yeah,
that's a challenge. No, that was a joke.
Then
that was a pretty good joke.
Hey, keep stuff to yourself too.
You know how good that joke was? That you thought it was serious, B. No, B.
Nah, I didn't think it was serious.
You said, hey, you can't be. Okay, moving on. I want because I talked about this. Right? I was like, I just want one car. Like, oh, but you need a truck in case you need this. Like, no, I don't. If I move, I don't plan on moving every 6 months.
See, but you're saying, do I need this? No, I don't need it. But I'm also gonna have a lot of stuff I don't need. I'm just gonna want it.
See, I'm past all that. I'm a simple man. Give me fucking.
I'm not. See, I at one point I was in the I'm a simple man, but then I realized nah, fuck that shit. If I'm gonna work hard, I'm gonna fucking be glutinous in a way.
I know what it means.
See, because I have the willpower to do stuff if I want to. I kind of proved that to myself by when I started doing meal preps and all that shit. But at the same time, like I told you, and it started as a joke, but at the same time, it's not the whole it's not a lifestyle. It's just, or it's not it's a lifestyle. Because I think it was last week that I told you you know how many meal preps I threw away? 5. So that means every single day of my lunch, I went out and bought something because I ate. It's not I'm not eating.
I don't eat sometimes.
And at the same
best diet is not eating.
At the same time, I'm still quite a lot of pounds away from where I started, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I'm okay, well, and I kind of told myself, if you get back up to this weight, then you're going to go back on a strict one. And, it might not be healthy for myself body-wise or stuff.
Fuck my health. Yeah, no. It's not the way I look.
It's how am I going to say, you can't make the jokes about, time to take myself out, Old Yeller style and shit. That's a good book. I like the ending. But, yeah, I don't know.
Are you doing the 16 books one?
I think I am. I think that's one of the...
Just check.
Well, I'm telling you, all the ones that I kind of told myself, I could probably do those, are the ones that I agreed to. The vegan one, I'm not even going to try. Okay, so the first one was to run by the 365 miles, which I still don't know if you mean physically run it on land.
On land, I think we're going to do. We'll bring it up to
as long as the treadmill is on land, too, we're good?
No.
Read 16 books, which... Again, my question here was am I supposed to read them to myself? What if I could find a faster reader in an audiobook and they could read it to me? Because I could go through a lot more books.
If it's not a challenge, it's not. Don't do it.
Because, let's say I'm in my vehicle.
That's not reading.
Well, if you would let me finish my sentence.
They're reading to you. That's.
Okay. What's the point of reading though? You're gonna.
What's the point of reading? They're reading it to you.
No. Okay. What's your point of reading a book? Is it to learn the story?
To read, not to be read.
But what do you get from reading?
Each book is different.
Well, exactly. What if someone chooses to read nothing but fucking picture books? Can you criticize them for reading picture books? You can read images.
I'm gonna let you fucking talk your way out of this one, B. You're just hanging yourself on a cord, B. Do you want more rope?
Yeah.
Yeah, be fuck.
Okay, the next one was...
You're alright.
No, we can sit here in silence if you want.
And how does Crystal... And they'll still listen. I'll play 5 minutes of silence one day, B.
No, what's that one song? That Lil Wayne song where he fucking raps that whole ABCs, A to Z. And I fucking listened to it 5 times.
Remember when I got you into rap? You're gonna say no. Remember when I got you into freestyle rap?
Oh, you mean fucking 5 years after I got in? Yeah. Drink 64 ounces of water daily.
That's gonna be tough. Days like today, I tried and I drank fucking 30, but it was so fucking cold.
Well, again, that kind of has to, you have to be reasonable with that too, because you could die from overhydrating.
That's if you drink fucking 2 gallons and shit.
Well, what if you don't pee in 3 days?
You would pee.
What if? Are you gonna be responsible for all the...
Yes, I will.
Okay, well, hopefully you get a lot of people... my shit keeps going off. I'm
fingers crossed, B. I'm gonna give you the rope right now, B.
Learn sign language? I've been wanting to learn sign language.
You know who was talking about that? Tito was talking today. I don't know what he saw on TV. I was over here in the kitchen, and he just told me, hey, we're going to learn sign language, huh? And I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, cool.
There's a Chick-fil-A commercial that...
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Because it was the semifinal game today. And he told me, like, we're going to do this, right? Just stretching. And so I told him, yeah. He goes, that shit's pretty hard. I didn't realize how hard it was, but I'm still down. I didn't realize how hard it was. People say it's like learning another language.
Sign language?
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how in depth you're trying.
Well, ASL, not just like American Sign Language.
Easier one could have been like learn the alphabet and sign language, because that's a really big start.
I know it is, but see, the thing, and that's another thing. If you listen to the episode, 2020 Vision comes out before this one. Damn, that's a good plug. It's like, I don't know if you're doing it, like, but the mixed martial art one is like, it's not become an expert in 1 year. It's like start doing it. You know, like fucking, what's another one? Learn to play an instrument. Like, you're not going to become an expert. You're not going to be fucking in a marching band and shit. Like, no, you're starting to learn. Same thing with sign language. Same thing with the language. Like, oh, you can have a conversation in Italian? That's pretty dope.
See, I think the challenges might need to be a little different then, because now that you described it that way, like, not to say anyone, like, not to prejudge anyone, but you leave it open to, like, let's say December fucking 25th of next year. Someone could be like, I picked up the guitar and like I'm gonna start playing.
No, but what the fuck do they get out of it? I'm not giving out cash prize. I'm like, fuck them. If they want to do that,
see, nowadays, like you ask yourself, why would someone go online and do this? Why would someone do this?
I would not even. I wouldn't even give them the time of day. I could care less. If they were to do that, I'd fucking let them.
You would be giving them the time of day because they would be doing stuff according to your list.
But I mean, okay, so let's say they do all 20 challenges, but they put it out to the very last day of the year. What the fuck does that mean? Like, I don't even shit to me.
You remember how earlier we were talking about how, like, as a worker, you would think about, like, the way shortcuts and shit? I'm just telling you from someone on this side that I, like, the way I could get out of doing this shit. And so,
hopefully somebody runs 365 miles on the last day of the year. That'll be I'll give them $1,000 cash.
Well, of all the ones you could choose to criticize, that's like,
that's 365 miles on the last day.
I kind of want to do it just to...
Cool.
Do it. Learn to play an instrument. Which my question to you was like, can I relearn to play an instrument? Because
I see. Well, I mean, okay. I'm not saying like if you're gonna pick it up tomorrow and start playing songs, then no, you already know how to play an instrument. But if you're over here like, okay, I know how to do this.
Like again, I bought a guitar like 10 years ago, and I was like, I'm gonna teach you how to play.
You know what I mean? Hotel California on a loop, and I'm like, what the fuck? You like choose a different song.
I know, I know it's a lie because I never learned how to play the guitar at all.
That's right, but you would play it like on fucking YouTube or whatever it was on TV.
I still do that though. Like when I go to the gym, because I don't know how you are, but let's say when you go run, right? I know it's been years, but like when you're listening to some music, like the music gets you into the mood to like, okay.
Oh no,
like
not too. That's why people tell me I listen to like what's it called, reggaeton and whatever. A lot of times I listen. Even back then, think about this. Fun fact: the last time I used to go running, I used to listen to the Joe Rogan podcast. Like
when they first started, be like 10 years ago.
10 years ago, he just hit 10 years like a week ago.
I remember when he was on Fear Factor.
I remember that too.
I'm sorry, where was my story going?
I have no clue, B.
Me neither, because you interrupted it.
No, because you're like...
No, but what was I saying? Because I still had more to add to it.
The people are going to find a way... B.
No, after that, like the second part, the most recent part you interrupted.
The instrument.
Yeah, well, because the guitar, I said I was going to teach myself how to play, and I never did. And I did try, but I never was fully committed to it. And like the trumpet, I played in middle school, which now would have been, I don't know how many years.
You're how old?
29?
Like 15, 16 years.
Yeah, so, like, do I remember how to play it? Vaguely.
No, but that's like learning a new instrument then. But I mean, if you picked up a trumpet tomorrow and you're like playing a fucking blues song.
But see, that's the thing. Right now it's been 15, 16 years, right? What if I pick it up and I'm fucking... sick ass shit.
Well, the thing is, that's why I say listen to the episode, make it a challenge. If it's a challenge to you, then it counts.
Not to toot my own horn, but
because you're a trumpet player.
I made it to advanced band. Like and that's when I quit. Like I walked out on top, top of the world. I was like, I'm out.
Like fuck.
Now, honestly, I quit because I didn't want to do the marching part of it. Like if you're in an advanced band, you had to be in marching band too. And the thing, I don't want to say I got first chair because I remember getting it, but maybe it was second chair. Like, I don't know. If
you were sitting down at least. There was a chair for you.
Yeah, there was a chair for me. Like I didn't.
That's how it works, right?
They didn't ask me to play a different instrument. You know, they're like, oh, you're good enough to keep playing this one. And I remember because I was fucking big too, so I could hit the high notes. You know, like you
like
have
Mariah.
No, not like. Is that hitting high notes? Because that bitch sings like a fucking bird. Well, she used to sing like a bird.
It's really bad for your.
Now she's just a fucking pigeon head.
Yeah, no, she looks like a turkey. There's a great meme about her. Like, hey, y el pozole, and her face is like, era pa todos.
You know what trips me out? I remember, I don't know why I remember this, but one time in like 5th grade, I think, one of the teachers, or like teacher assistant, I was talking about teachers. Hey, B, English is my first language. Don't talk bad about me. Like, that's disrespectful. But the teacher was like, what's the thing that the turkeys have on their necks? And I was like, oh, you mean the gobble? She goes, no, that's a noise they make. But I don't know what's that thing called. And I was like, oh, I guess I don't know. And then for some reason this last year I was looking it up, and that shit's called the fucking gobble. And I was like this many years later, I was like, fucking yeah, I was right.
Okay, 2 things. First off, teachers are amazing. They don't get paid enough, and more people should go into teaching. They should get paid more. Second off, a lot of them just that me and Izzy were talking about this. We're talking like how, you know, Abby, he heard her talk, and like he was having conversations with her. He goes, dude, I'm like, dude, her teacher is great. She fucking hands on with every kid, you know. It's like knows their strengths, their weaknesses, and they're pushing each kid to be better. And hold on. And I was telling him, like, I can remember from kinder to 6th grade, I had like 3 good teachers. But I had 4 terrible teachers. Like, where they, looking back now, I'm like, they were just there to collect the check. It was a job, you know, like those kids that I work with now, like, not kids, you know, but those 20-year-olds that are just there, like, dude, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to collect my check and clock in, clock out, I'm out. Like, those people are teaching our children.
It's crazy because, like, towards the beginning, I was like, I kind of want to get into this subject, but at the same time, I was like, it's kind of weird. Like, it kind of seems very dark to get into this subject, but
you're a few years in.
No, from what you were saying about, like, you know how, like, I'm pretty sure Abby's teacher now is great, and she's very active and into her students. What I was going to say, though, is, like, from personal experience, and I'm sure it's still like that nowadays, once you get to, like, age, and it's kind of sad because I just realized right now that you start school at age 5. You get into age 7 or 8, they stop caring. They don't care. You're too much of a lost cause. You become like...
It depends on... I didn't speak English till 3rd grade.
No, and again, that's your 7 or 8. Once I got into...
But think about it. Like, I was in only... Like, my classes were... There was no ESL when I was growing up. It was English only.
No, okay. So, I got that better deal. Okay. So no. It's not what you're saying exactly, but you're saying while I was there was more options. Yes, okay, that might be right. But still, after my 3rd grade, I could tell you, like, most teachers didn't care. They might have tried to care. The thing is, like, right now, in a way, like, Abby's a little girl, right? So
she's a toddler. She's not even...
Yeah. Once you're older, it's like, in a way, you can't... I don't want to say lie either, because I'm not saying your teacher's lying to her or anything, but, like, you can't be like, oh, yeah, tomorrow we're going to help you get your shit better. Because they know, like, if you tell them, they're like, hey, it's tomorrow, and my shit's still fucked up. So, like, they kind of know, like, not to give you those false expectations. And that's kind of what happened with me. Like, I don't know at what point in my life where I was like, bless you. But you're kind of like, oh, shit, like, people stop caring. Like, you got to do shit for yourself. Like,
I'm, you know, like I said, maybe lucky because my whole year of kindergarten did not speak a lick of English. I'd never even heard the language pretty much because we were all fucking always home 24/7. Kindergarten, my class was English. I don't know how I got through the 1st grade. 1st grade, I don't know how I got through 2nd grade. 2nd grade, don't know how I got to 3rd grade. 3rd grade, ESL was introduced, so I'm fucking start learning and shit, learning the language. I'm not saying I learned it in 1 year, but I learned to speak it and shit. And you get me? It was because of that teacher. Who was I talking to? Was it Yvette or my mom? Like this past week, where I asked the teacher, Abby's teacher now, like, hey, is so and so here? is so-and-so. All the teachers I had are retired. I was like, damn, I wish I could have gone to them and told them, like, you changed my life. Like,
yeah.
My 3rd grade teacher, my 5th and 6th, like, if it wasn't for them, I probably still wouldn't speak English, you know, because, like you said, lost cause. Me, a 3rd grader in an English-only speaking school did not know how to speak English. And she took time. I've shared this story countless times. I wouldn't go out to play recess or lunch. I would sit in there and just, like, try to learn, because I was so far behind. And the one good thing I was at, and that's why, you know, people know me as that, like, I was great at math, because the same number is in English as it is in Spanish. So I learned that, but...
That's how I always tell people, like, be the person you wish came into your life or something like that, because...
The person, and that's... Like, right now, when I volunteer with the kids, Izzy was messing with Abby. Like, I told him, hey... So I said something about Papi, and I told Izzy the story about, like, how Abby's classmates call me dad, or Papi, and she was like, hey, you're not their dad, like, and so Izzy was telling her, like, you like your dad going to class? I don't know what he asked her, like, you like it when the kids call him Papi? And she's like, no, like, right away, no. But that's the thing, you know, like, just being in that classroom, like, I could see, like, some of these kids just need attention. You give them a little bit of attention and they chill, but it's like when nobody's giving them attention, and I'm not a psychologist, but I know enough, like, this kid's getting no attention at home.
See, I think you're the same place where I'm at. You're not a psychologist, but you're like, why would I act in a certain way, or, like, what would make me do that? Because I ask myself all the time, when, like, even as adults, when you're like, what the fuck are they doing? You ask yourself, like, what would make me do that? And it kind of, like, opens up a new
perspective.
Yeah, because it's funny, or it's not funny, but, like, one of the stuff that made me really think was, like, one thing I read that was, when you die, like, the world basically loses your perspective of the world. Like, no one else has your perspective. So when you're gone, your perspective is out. Like, and that's why the podcasting is kind of cool. Like, YouTube video or anything that keeps a memoir of yourself is kind of cool. Because, like, once you're gone, I'm not saying anytime soon or anything like that, but it's like, oh shit, like, there's this memory of you, which, in part with technology, for a while, it was kind of, like, obsolete. Because before people take pictures, like, if you look through our old photo albums, we kind of have a lot of pictures.
We have a lot.
Now, you can look through your phone, and you probably have 1,000. I probably have, like, 300 of Abby.
Yeah.
And the thing is, when's the last time I ever looked at any of them?
Honestly, I do that a lot of times. I know you might say, really?
Well, you're probably, because, again, I'm speaking from, like, my own stuff. And the only time I'll ever look at them is if she asks me, like, oh, can you show me?
Yeah. Me and her go through my Instagram feed, and then we'll go through, like, just the regular pictures, because I know I don't talk about it a lot, but I have a life outside of Abby. You know, Abby is 90% of my life, but I still don't have her all the time, so I still have my own things going on. So when I'll take a picture of stuff, and sometimes the other day a bird landed on my car as I was parking, so I was like, hope he stays there. And so I got off and took a picture. She's like, why you take a picture of a bird? And I go, I just think it's a pretty bird. And she looked at it, she goes, he's cute. And I was like, yeah, it's a pretty bird. He was right. He's my friend. It's like, what's his name? And, you know, I've been calling the dog Maxon. So I was like, Maxie. Oh, like my puppy. And I was like, you know, and it was just, I thought about it, and I was like, that's weird. I would have never taken a picture of a fucking random bird. But I just...
Hey, you know, it kind of reminds me of that one when Kevin Hart's making a joke where he's like, when you're in a relationship, you can't even be happy. Because, like...
start asking.
No, because, like, they'll ask you, like, what are you doing? And even if you're not doing anything, you feel the need to lie. Like let's say hypothetically you're in a relationship, right? You get a phone call and you're like, hey, what are you doing right now? And you're like, I'm taking a picture of a bird. Like, they're gonna be like, what the fuck? What you mean a bird? Like, who's this bitch or something? Yeah. Like, you can't be happy or anything because it's funny because Abby both made me want and not want children.
I want to get a vasectomy just because Abby set the bar so ridiculously high. Now, I thought about this last night. I said, because we were talking the whole way here. She was trying to stay awake to show her new toy to this house, right, to Din Din. And we were having a conversation. And I was like, damn, how lucky am I, dude? Like, She's well behaved. The potty trained, all that, that's just
It's
fucking
like,
trivial, Like they come at different age. I'm like, but she knows so much already. And if I ever have a future child, I'll still love you. But I was like, anything else would be a disappointment. It's like when you have a bomb steak dinner, like, I don't know, let's say you have a New York steak one time, and it's fucking delicious. And the next time you have a New York steak, it's not as good. You're like, that one time was real. That's how I feel about it. I was like, dude, I've talked about a vasectomy, but I think I'm going to get one for reals. Like, I don't want children. Like, she's everything I wanted that I didn't know I wanted. And she's all I need, be. Like, legit. Like, I'm happy fucking today, just fucking chilling.
No, because a couple times I've taken you to take her, right? And like, even just taking a 1 hour trip is like a fucking, not a mission, but it's a whole
journey. Because you gotta drive there and drive back.
It's like not a routine either, but what I mean is it's like a whole quest kind of thing. Like you gotta make sure you have this, you gotta make sure you have that.
Don't forget that. Yeah, she needs this for school.
So, that's what made me be like, I'm kind of glad I don't have kids, because since I've been by myself, kind of like I've been able to do everything by myself in a way when I want. And then like I was like, fuck, like it would kind of suck to have to be like, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that, or cause like right now, for instance, like let's say I want to, I could just call off work 2 days and be like, hey, I'm sick, and just fucking take off to Vegas or something. Yeah. If I had a kid, I'd be like, fuck, like I don't want to get fired from my job, like I can't afford.
And I need the money in case this comes up.
And then it's not like for me. Security. Think about it, like if I want to go and like let's say just go get drunk in Vegas, like I'm gonna buy a pack of cup of noodles and I'll eat that shit. With a kid, it's like I can't fucking feed him a cup of noodles and stuff.
The universe works in funny ways. I was thinking all about this yesterday and this morning, because Izzy as well sent a like Glamis trip. Let's go. And I was like, I got Abby. Like, no, I can't. See, I'm not thinking for myself. I'm thinking her first and then me. Which, you know me, I'm very selfish. Still to this day, very egotistical. I've said it before. Working on it, but still, it gets better of you sometimes.
I think we're being opposites, because I'm trying to be kind of more selfish.
Don't have a kid.
I don't.
No, don't have a kid, because I've tried to pin him down, right? Because people have been asking me, like, why are you doing this 20 challenges thing? I'm like, I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be better for my daughter. And, like, when did this all start? And I tried to be like, well, it's because I did Sober October. And I was, like, going back and back and back and back. And I was like, today, as we're walking, we met up with Izzy, right? I parked my car at a restaurant, and we went from there. Abby saw McDonald's. She goes, can we get chicken nuggets? I was like, it's probably going to be a drive up from where we're meeting up. So I was like, yeah, something to hold her up. So as we're walking to McDonald's, these two people are arguing over a fucking parking spot. Like, it was packed, but it was packed. There was an exit, like a hot exit, as they call it, when it's all red, congested on the GPS. And they're arguing, and you can see the guy, like, lower his window, and he's like, hey, I'm not saying this, so, he's like, hey, bitch, that's my spot, I've been waiting. And I'm just like, I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, it's a fucking spot at McDonald's, dude, like, chill. And then the car has tinted windows, right? So he's like, he gets off his car and comes and knocks on the window. He's like, motherfucker, get the fuck out the car. And then, like, some lady pulls down the window, right? He couldn't see. Yeah. He's like, I'm sorry, like, I was next in line. And he's like in his head, he's like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it's a girl, right? And he goes, bitch, this is my spot. And, nothing came of it, right? I was just walking with Abby, and I was just like, and he's like, he walked away all angry. And so I just went inside, and I was like, I'm not saying that would have been me doing that, like, oh, but I probably would have got upset if somebody took my parking spot like that. Now, like, people cut me, I've talked about it, people cut me off, people give me the finger, people, everything. I'm just like, I'm good, man, I'm chilling, I'm right here.
The thing, I have empathy. Well, before we continue, like, going completely off topic, I'm gonna rewind a little bit. Just I feel like I gotta give a shout out to Abby, because I said why I don't want kids, right? But
that's true.
Like, what she made me, or in a way that she made me want kids, is the most recent example was actually like 2 days ago. She woke up kind of early, and then the day before we had watched The Night Before Christmas, which she surprisingly liked. So she goes, "Hey, can you play Jack and Sally?" Because that's what she calls it. She the name's too long. And then I had just woken up, so you know how you gotta pee, brush your teeth and everything. So I kind of gotta pee bad. So I'm like dancing around. And I'm like, all right, let me put it on for you. And I was like, I'm putting it on for her, and then I could go use the restroom and not have to worry about like rushing or anything. So like, I'm like dancing around. I find the movie because I have to search for it and everything. And I play it, and I tell her, Abby, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the restroom. Because you know how, she understands when you tell her. And she goes, I tell her, and then I kind of start taking off. She goes, wait, pause it. Because she's
still a baby. That's why I tell people, like, she's grown, but she's still a baby.
And I was like, what's wrong, Abby? And she goes, pause it. And I was like, why? You don't want to watch the movie? And she goes, no, I want to wait for you. I was like, oh, is this what it feels like to be loved? Like, and that's why I was like, fuck, like, it's like, at that moment, I was like, damn, Abby, you're fucking precious. Yeah. But then at the same time, like I said, all those other things, and like I said, I'm trying to be selfish. Not in a way try to be selfish, but like, I just kind of feel like in the last couple of years, I've been more like, not focused on myself. So now I want to extremely focus on myself. But yeah, that's all I had to say. So, want to continue where you were?
I don't know where I was at, but that's good. She does those things all the time. Like, because she's 4 now. She's 4, right? And I remember reading before I had a child. Yeah, I'll take one more. Before I had a...
You want the yin jack or the...
Whichever. Whatever you're not drinking. There's something in these beers, B. How many are you in? I'm on 2, and I feel like...
My third one, yeah.
Third one total, or... Because you had one over there, no?
No? You didn't say me one.
Damn, I feel like a little, not... Yeah, I would say tipsy, not there yet, but it's like nice. Damn, I have so many stories with her.
I feel like Aldrin right now.
She would... Okay, I saw on Reddit before I had a kid, like appreciate your kids, right? Because like one day they're gonna grow, and you don't remember when's the last time you carried your kid, you know, like... And then, you know, you read the comments and people are like, dude, I used to be like 6, 7 years old, and I used to pretend to be asleep in the car, so my dad had to carry me inside. And then some guy goes like, just tell your dad you want him to carry him. Tell your dad you wanted him to carry you. Like, as a dad, that would make me so happy if one of my kids just told me, Dad, carry me. Like, carry me inside today, you know. And they're like, everybody's like, how old are your kids? Like 15 and 17, you know, like, I miss carrying my kids. I miss them being that small. And I was talking to one of my coworkers, right? Because the day of our Christmas party, I was carrying her the whole time. And I was like, dude, she's big. Like, why are you carrying her? And I was like, because one of these, I told him like that straight up. I was like, one of these days, it's going to be the last day I carry her. And I don't want to regret not carrying her.
Honestly, one of the reasons I started working out.
I don't remember.
You remember how before that
exercise, well, that fucking
robot. Let me put a coin in you, and then I make her jump. Well, I wouldn't make her jump, but she'd jump. Go for it. So,
what are you talking?
Talk. No, continue my story.
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard it, so I know it.
All right. So, what Abby would do is she would put a coin into an imaginary coin into my pocket, and then she would grab onto my thumbs, and she would jump up into the air. And I remember we were maybe 5-7 minutes in, and I told her like, I'm tired, and she, in her voice, she understood. But she just said like, "Oh, okay," and like I heard the disappointment in her voice, and I was like, "Okay, like I'm not gonna tell her I'm too tired to play games with her." So I was like, "I'm gonna start working out." And within, I think it was the same week or maybe 2 weeks, but I read a story about a guy who basically said the exact same thing, that he would play with his niece, and she was starting to get too heavy, so he started working out, and then he just carried her all the time. So she got up to maybe, I think he said 13 or 14 years old, and she would still be like, "Hey, I'm tired, can you carry me?" And I mean, I'm a big guy. I still carry her at 13, 14 years old. I would carry Tito, but that's a big boy.
I'll carry him.
I'll be that.
Yeah, so she's the best. She's the best. And it's all because of you, Abby. Everything's for you. Everything. in a weird way. She'll see it when she's older. I told her, like, you know, I told you about that interview I did for that whole dad thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
After the show, she was like, damn, dude, like, I mean, this is, like, it's not, I said, I even worded it like, it's not like a return on investment. Like, I'm not putting money in, expecting money out. I just mean, when she's older, she's, you know, she's 15, 16, and we come out this way, right? We take that hour-long drive. She'll be like, you used to do this every day? Like, yep. Why? So I could take you to school, and I could tuck you in at night, you know? Like, right now, she doesn't, she just wakes up, sees her dad. She goes to sleep, and he's right there. She doesn't know I'm getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep. She doesn't know fucking everything that's going on, right? But in time she will. So that's what I said.
It'd be like...
It'd be like that sometimes.
No, like Eminem. Like, okay. What he would do is when he was on tour, he would fly back home and take his daughter to school every day, right? Because that was his connection to her. Now you might say like, oh, well, he's wasting a bunch of money by flying every day. But if you consider it, it's like, let's say you prefer perspective. Like, you might, like, if someone could say, like, oh, you're spending X amount of gas every day.
I don't give a fuck.
Exactly. So to him, it's like, okay, I might be spending 10% of what I'll make today, but I'm going to get this fucking... Yeah. This is more important than any money ever will be. Exactly. And that's why the Eminem thing to me was like, oh, shit, that's tight. Because, like, nowadays, I've seen people who say, like, oh, my God, I love when so-and-so is off tour because their Snapchat or their Instagram is nothing but, like, their kids. But it's like, okay, what about for those 4 or 5 months? Like, where are you? Like, you can't just disappear on your kids. Money's not going to buy everything.
I think it's funny because me and Izzy were talking about this earlier today because we were talking about housing. But you remember when Oklahoma was on the table for me?
Yeah.
And I was, like, a big... First off, I said no from the get-go, you know, for people that don't know the story. I got offered like $10,500 a month to go out to Oklahoma and have this job that I'm sure you guys could add the math. 2 and 2 is what?
5.
And I said no right away.
She's kind of up, but she's not up.
Abby. Hi, Mama. You want to carry? Okay, so Abby just woke up, so she's going to be part of the show.
Special guest.
Finally
someone interesting on here.
Oh, come, baby. You want to talk to the mic? Oh, you my little princess. Look. Look, baby. Say you went to the mountains today.
I mean, did you have fun today?
She might fall asleep.
Yeah, she's probably not going to talk right now. It's not because she's rude. It's just...
No, she's not rude. Everybody knows her. Everybody loves her. What was I saying? Okay, so right off the bat, I said no. And then they're like... The offer was 8, I think. And I said no. You know, it was like 96. And I said no. They're like 6 figures. Does that move the needle? And I was like, no, I'm good. And they told me, you know, like 10. And I was like, oh, shit. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not fucking perfect either. Like, I said, oh, damn, that's a lot of money. And, like, think about it. You know, you could set up your daughter for the rest of her life. Like, work 5 years, you're making close to fucking $500,000 tax-free in cash.
Yeah.
We're paying for your housing. We're paying for this. We're paying for that. And so just to get the, you know, off my back, I said, like, let me think about it. But it wasn't like a serious, let me think about it. I'm right here, baby. But it was just like let me think about it. And then, of course, you know, I got a lot of free time. So I look into, like, housing. I look into properties, like, to buy stuff and to make money. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to hit them with an offer where, like, if they meet every demand I ask for, then I at least have to consider it. So I say, you know, I got to be flown out for the holidays, birthdays, you know, be out here twice a month. You know, everything that I'd say, like, this is the minimum.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we can't do all that. And I'm like, I'm good. And they're like, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And I'm like, I've had like 6 once-in-a-lifetime opportunities pass me by. You know, this won't be the last one. And I lost a lot of connections that way, because they're like, are you serious? Like, you know how many people are applying for this and we're giving it to you, like, before it. And I remember, like, obviously, I know I made the right choice, and I know I made the right choice now. But I remember texting Izzy, like, hey, I just want to put it on record that I turned down over fucking $120,000 a year to go live on my mom's couch, and the one reason is Abby. Like, I'll take her over any amount of money any day, and that story fucking proves it. And a lot of people say, like, really, like, yes. I had like a $15,000 signing bonus, like, ready as soon as I said yes. Live in a fucking house for free, so all the money was gonna be for me. And like, to this day, I'm like, I've thought about it like twice, because somebody that I know through that asked me, like, do you ever think about that? I was like, not till right now that you brought it up. Do you ever think about what could have been? I'm like, not at all, because I wouldn't have my daughter. They're like, yeah, but you still see her. I'm like, there's days that I show up and she's like me. She's a little moody sometimes. She's like, I don't want you to take me to school. Like, why? Because I can't say the little kid's name, right? Because so-and-so called you daddy yesterday. You're not his daddy. You're my daddy. And I'll be like, baby, but I'm not his daddy. You know that. Like...
Hey, one thing I read too... I'm sorry to interrupt you. But one thing I read was like, you know how you need mental health days?
Yeah.
When she's like that, just be like, you know what? You're not going to school today. Like, let's go. I'm going to take you to... Like, just to make her, like, that reassurance of, like we mentioned earlier, like, be that person you wish was there. Like, I'm not... Our parents did a great job. Yeah, but at the same time, like, think about it. Like, those... Like, when you were having a bad day at school, what do you wish... Not like, let me go tell my parents for them to do this for me.
Yeah.
What do you wish they would have been like? What would have made you feel like, oh shit, they actually notice what's going on?
This is crazy, because we've talked like every day for like the last 6-7 months, but we haven't talked about this. And just like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I wrote in my journal, like, my parents did a hell of a job. One thing they failed to realize was that, I'm not saying we're smart, but we're not stupid. They never took our opinion into consideration, because we were just dumb kids, right? We're kids. And that's one thing I legit wrote in my notebook. Like, even as young as she is now, I'm going to ask her what she thinks, what she wants to do, because that's one thing my parents never did. And it's not their fault, because most parents, I'm sure most parents to this day don't do that. Like, really, you're a 4-year-old going to overpower your decision? But I said, I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. And I said, like when in the terrible teens, I'm like, everybody tells me she's 4 going on 14. Like, she has the attitude. Like, ask Gizzy today. We were leaving in the snow because it was 28 degrees, and she wanted to do a snow angel. So she threw a fit, like, I don't want to play with you guys. You know how she gets. Yeah. I don't want to play with you guys. And like, I was like, baby, it's super cold. Like, you're going to get sick. No. And don't think about taking me to the doctor, because I'm not going to go. Like, how we get. Yeah. And I was like, baby, just go to sleep, take a nap. I thought, she'll take a nap, she'll wake up, she'll be cool. Izzy had her Christmas gift, right? So I was like, say thank you. She's well mannered. She's like, no, I don't want it. Give it back to him. And I was like, Izzy.
She wasn't mad.
Yeah. I was like, Izzy, it's like, no, it's cool. She's upset. We took her away from the snow, and Izzy will validate this. Izzy was there. Yeah. And then on the way home, I was like, baby, that was very rude. You were very rude to Nino. She goes, I don't want his gift. Izzy, she loves it. We opened it right now a little while ago. But she was like, I don't want his gift. I don't want nothing. Now that, and then I was like, okay, what do you want to go do tomorrow? Are we still going to jump and jamming? Are we still going to go to the mall and to Chuck E. Cheese? I want to go to the snow. Yeah. And so, like, what you're saying now makes sense. But at the same time, I was like, what if I just told her, hey, do you want to go to the snow tomorrow? I don't have chains on the truck. The car's not that reliable. Yeah. So everything's just not shaping up that way, But if things were different, I'd be like, hey, would you rather go to the snow, or would you rather go to Chuck E. Cheese and whatever? She'd probably say the snow. You get me? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna take her into account and be like, hey, what do you want to do? Because like, I told her, do you want to play softball? Because I was a baseball player. I don't like it. I was like, what do you like? She goes,
I like the game where you kick the ball. So there's soccer. She goes, yeah,
man, no football.
No. But you get me? Like, when you ask your children, they'll tell you what they like.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was just kind of like, I don't even know how this story started, but just reassuring, like when I tell her, like, I ask her where she wants to eat dinner. I've ate so many places that to me, eating at In-N-Out one more time is not gonna,
make a difference.
Or I had tacos this one time, whatever. It's you like that movement, huh? You saw that? She goes this way, I go that way.
No, I wasn't impressed with it.
You were. The listeners were. They didn't even realize it happened. But change the subject, but something I had on my mind while I was peeing. So you want to start a podcast 2020?
Oh, me? Yeah.
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 Tell me, because I was telling you as well today. I was like,
well, that's that whole school topic thing. Remember I told you, like, the whole point behind it was, like, I don't know if people know. Well, I'm pretty sure they don't, because, like, no one really knows me. But for up until, what was it, like, fifth grade. 5th grade for sure. I don't know about 6th grade. It's weird. I can remember 5th grade, but I can't remember 4th grade. And I had Mr. Hutton. Like, I can't remember fucking that year at all. That's crazy. Maybe he's a super shitty teacher.
Maybe.
But, like, I was in therapy. Like, I was in, like, special Saturday school programs. Like, it was kind of excess because it really didn't do anything. At least to me personally. I feel like it actually held me back because it made me feel like an idiot. And then, like, as I progressed, because in middle school, they don't test you for shit. They just look at your elementary school records. So they put me on all, like, the super basic classes, right? And, like, middle school was fucking easy for me. I was like, oh, fuck, this school's fucking stupid. Like, you just gotta show up and do bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I got to high school where they actually test you and shit, right? So I went freshman year, what they basically scheduled me through or whatever were, like, based on middle school. They were all the basic shit. And I think the first week or, like, the first month or something, they do a test where, like, they see how much you learned or like, where you are, basically. My whole schedule changed. I went from, like, intermediate math, and I remember because, like, I was like, oh, all these kids are the same kids I went to middle school with and shit. And then they put me from middle school, I took pre-algebra. And then in high school, I took algebra 2. So I completely skipped algebra 1. And now, I never learned any of this shit. And then when I got to high school, they're like, okay, so all of this is what you should have learned last year in algebra. So today we're just going to
take algebra 7th grade.
So I took algebra 2 twice, freshman year and the year after or whatever. And I was like, my high school, if you look at my high school, the third and fourth year are basically a repeat of the first and second year, but they're just not more advanced classes, but it's just like the higher class, because the first 2 years I was in those classes, but I basically had to learn everything I was supposed to be taught before to that point. And that's kind of my point. Like, if in this school system, how many people are classified as, like, troubled or, like...
I mean, we talked about it before, but thing is like, it's to make workers, the fucking bells, everything they got going on. It's to make workers. Like, the school system was made by somebody trying to make, like, fill warehouse jobs, like, back in the day, right? And so, what do you try? Like, you don't need to be good at math. You just need to learn the basics. You don't need to be good at reading and writing. Just know the basics. Like, that's what they want.
Yeah.
And they don't push you to your strengths. Like, an art student shouldn't be taking all these math classes. Like, he should be working on his strengths. Or following his passions, better said, Like, yeah, you should learn some math, I'm not saying, but don't take fucking calculus if you're never going to... Same thing with, like...
And all that bullshit, yeah. Like, if you're going to use it, then by all means,
yeah, but let's focus on being... But there's...
Because I didn't grow up saying, like, I wish I'm going to work at NASA one day. And I'm pretty sure there's people who did grow up.
Yeah.
Like, let those people take all those... Like, let them be in a classroom with fucking 5 people and one instructor, because that instructor is going to teach them to go up and beyond. Like, I'm over here trying to learn I don't even know what.
No, and that's the thing. We're so young that we don't know what we want. So, but just at least get an understanding. Like,
because it's just crazy. Like, technically, only what? Well, for me, 11 years ago, you could say life is when it started. Because after, or like up to 18, once you're out of high school, you basically start your life. Because unless you were really dedicated to school doesn't really affect you after that. It doesn't, like, right now where I'm working at, basically, it doesn't matter whether you were a fucking A+ student or a D- student. Like, you could be at whatever place and be doing the bare minimum, which is kind of crazy. Because getting on that topic, like, when I had my business going, like, by no means did I ever feel like, oh, I'm fucking super successful, or like I'm successful, right? But I made X amount of money. And the other day, or not the other day, but like a couple months ago, the GM from another store, like, they're working where I work, and someone asked her, like, how much money did you used to make? And they were talking about, like in a whisper way, right? Like, oh, I used to make this much. And I heard the number, and I was like, that's not far at all. And I was like, I was like, it's not far at all from where I was at. So, like, what do you need all this other stuff for? Like, what do you... Not to say you don't need an education. If you're actually using it, then good for you. But, like, what do you need all this other stuff when you don't? Like, you don't need any of it.
And another thing they should not prioritize, but give it the time of day is trade schools. A lot of... we need a workforce. And that workforce pays a lot, because for everything you can't do, that means somebody's getting paid for that. So, like, electricians, plumbers, fucking, what else? Carpentry, yeah, all that welding, like that HVAC, like.
If people look at the garbage they're buying, like, really, it's fucking garbage. Like, I can't, like, the thing is, they're cheap in comparison to, let's say, Ashley's or something like that, right? But Ashley's is still selling garbage. Like, no one is selling good wood that's actually made, and, like, everything is veneer. Like, even this table we have in front of us right now, it might look nice, but everything's a veneer. Like, if you
stop shaking the table, B. So you can hear on the microphone.
If you, like, let's say you take a blade through this table, there's a tiny fraction of actual wood. Everything else is fake compressed wood, which, I mean, I don't know where it really comes from, but...
Well, they say one of the best businesses to get into is furniture stores. That's why you see them all over the place. Yeah. Nobody's selling. But you just need the storage. Because, you know, somebody wants that couch in green and you have it in tan or fucking red or some black or some suede. But, I mean, that's one of the, like, the old school ass fucking, like, business models. Like, as long as you have space for it, furniture stores is, like, the high market is, like...
Yeah.
But going back to original topic, podcasting.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not to throw it out flat like that, I mean, you're a funny guy. You do have a good sense of humor.
Looks aren't everything, though, B.
Huh?
Looks aren't everything.
That's true. But I mean, what do you aim to, or what kind of podcast are you, because I know you want to do a solo one, and I know you're trying to do one.
Well, I'm not necessarily trying to do a solo one. It's like I told you with, like, kind of the same thing with the insanity thing. I'm just doing it, like, in a way, not a memoir, but just to say, like, oh fuck, that's who I used to be. Because the crazy thing is, since I'm working now where I used to work before, I've met some people that I used to know, and I asked them, like, am I the same person I used to be? And they all said, I can't remember. So I don't know if that's a good thing, that's a bad thing. Like, I'm not memorable. Like, that's fine with me.
It's good and bad. That's what I say, because, like, you know, they say I have a strong personality. Not everybody I've met in my life has felt that way. You know, sometimes people met me at not a weak spot, but at a spot of where, like, reflection,
vulnerability kind of thing.
Well, yeah, like a spot of reflection where I'm like that. I've never been, you know, that fucking guy in the movies where he's like
depressed,
quiet, to himself, and you're just kind of mysterious. But yet, to a few people out there, I've been that guy in their life, you know, like he doesn't talk to nobody, he doesn't share his thoughts, even though I fucking tell everybody how I feel. I'll tell people straight up, I don't like that, and I'll tell you why I don't like that. You get me?
Yeah.
And to some people, it's been like I've been holding back, like, So, if that makes sense, if people hearing this right now will be like, "That's not you," but that's been me. So I could see what you mean by
in a way, like you match people's realism, right? Like you know, you could be really real with some people, and with other people, you're like I don't know. That's kind of how I am. With some people, you're like, okay, like I know I could tell you what I'm thinking, and you're gonna take it as, oh shit, this is their thought. And there's other people who, like, you tell them, like, if I tell them this, they're going to twist it around in their own head and make it into a completely different story from what I said. Yeah. And that, it's not being fake with people, but it's just like...
I used to think that was... Because one time, a cook, I was working, I don't remember where, but he told me, like, you're a little chameleon. And I took offense.
Yeah.
Because, not the way he said it, but he was just like, damn, like, you're a little chameleon, huh? And I don't know what... I never heard that in my life. And so I was like, what the fuck? Like, fuck you. And he's like, what? And I was like, fuck you. Don't be talking shit, dude. And I was like, I'm glad you're doing it to my face, but I'm not fake. And he's like, I'll talk to you later. Like, you're upset. I'll talk to you later. You know, like being the older guy, you know, he's like in his 40s. I was like fucking mid-20s. And so, okay, I remember where it was at. It was at the bar. And we were hanging out. I was hanging out at the bar. He came over. He was like, can I talk to you? You're not mad? And I was like, nah, honestly, I had let it go already. I was like, I was smoking cigarettes at the time, right? So I was like, let's go have a cigarette. So I grabbed a cigarette, gave him one, and I was like, what is this chameleon shit? He goes, oh my God. I was like, he goes, do you consider a chameleon like a bad animal? And I was like, I don't familiarize with it. And he goes like, when you hear somebody's like a wolf, like what do you feel? I'm like strong leader. He goes, when you feel like a rat, I'm like, what, snitch? And he goes, oh, that's right, you're like from Monte. I'm like, I don't gangbang, but you know, I grew up there. He goes, what about a snake? I go, a snake, like somebody that's like sneaky and does. He goes, what about a fucking chameleon? I go, and I thought about it, right? Like they adapt.
Yeah.
And I was like, but they survive. Like they need to change who they are to survive. He goes, no. He goes, a chameleon is still a chameleon. He goes, he is himself no matter where he's at. You might say he's changing to the surroundings, but that's him all the time.
That's who he is.
That's who he is. Like he just, this is what's gonna, like I'm here, this is me. I'm over here, this is me. That's still the same person. That's the same chameleon. And he just kind of told me like, I meant it as, because I forgot what was going on. Like in the kitchens, people always yell, right?
Yeah.
And I don't remember it, but he was like, you just came in, you're like, man, settle down, man. Like the food's still gonna be taking its time. Like I can't fucking chill. And he just looked at him, and you were like, fucking eye. And I walked away. And so I guess when I came back, somebody was taking it slower. So I'm just like, hey man, come on, what the fuck? Like what you said earlier, like you're making somebody like, let's go. And so that's when he called me a chameleon. That's the part I remember, like telling somebody, and I was like, what the fuck, like you calling me fake or some shit?
Yeah.
And he goes, no dude, like you just know what you gotta do. Like you adapt to the situation. And then I brought that up, like I know for sure outside of podcasting, like 3 or 4 times with guests, and been like, cause I almost feel like a fake. Cause, you know, like if, let's say with you, I could be this
queer,
this intellectual conversation, and yeah, with somebody else, I'm over here like dicking around. That's still the same me. I'm not being fake. Everybody, if you know me, you've seen both sides.
Yeah, it's just like
you've seen the in between. You've seen me fucking sad. You've seen me not angry. I try not to be angry anymore, but you've seen like, and I think everybody, you're a well-rounded individual. You know, like you got different. It's not like, oh, there's Hector, the angry person, or like, oh, there's Hector. Sometimes he's funny. Sometimes very passionate about what he does. Sometimes he's very fucking, you know, like.
You know what's funny? Like I like to think of myself that way, but then like I'll have friends who will be like, hey, there's something off with you today. Like we could tell, and I'm like, oh fuck, like I'm over here thinking I'm being normal, but I'm not. Like
I shouldn't have peed. I gotta pee again. Keep talking. Oh, the podcast. I asked it twice.
No, well, I mean, I want to start my own podcast, but it's not like it's going to have an actual plot to it or a specific genre or anything. It's just going to be kind of my own thoughts, and hopefully have guests on it to get their thoughts on it, or their thoughts and opinions on things. But it's still in the works. I'm thinking about it. It's part of the 2020 challenges, apart from starting a business and all the other ones that Hector cut me off on, which I'll go into right now. So the ones I'm doing are, let me see, the running the 364 miles, reading 16 books, drinking the 64 ounces of water, learning sign language. I'm not going to learn how to swim. After this podcast, I decided I'm not going to learn how to swim, just to be petty. I'm going to learn to play an instrument. I'm going to start a business. Sober April and sober October.
We got to see Andrew Schultz sober.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, we can't.
Well, no. I could not do that challenge.
What a bitch. Well, I'm doing it. I'm fucking... Yeah, you're free to do whatever you want.
I need a designated driver. Start seeing a therapist.
That's true, right?
But I said rapist, so I can't.
That's why I told you there was like one or two.
I can't go back on my word on that one, B. No soda the entire year. I really want to do that one, but we also got to go into details of, like, obviously anything carbonated I would consider soda right away.
I wouldn't, because like juice, what's it called? Not juice. Are
you talking about high toast corn syrup though?
I'm talking about soda. If you consider it soda, like Monster has high fructose corn syrup. I don't consider that soda. If you want to get me on technicality, I probably don't even drink Monster. I drink Red Bull, but I don't know if Red Bull has that shit. But
it's carbonated.
But see, to me, that's not soda. So if you have it like, oh, that's soda. No, it's not. It's an energy drink. It's something different. Maybe it has it in higher tolerance. I don't mean about caffeine because I'm drinking coffee. I mean soda.
Oh, drinking coffee is crazy too.
I drink so much coffee.
What do you drink at Starbucks?
Okay.
I don't drink Starbucks.
No, I'm getting fun of right now. I sent it out to the group chat and they're roasting me. It was fucking beautiful. Okay. So I will big or go home, so I always go big. Venti.
Yes. Okay, how many listeners are you going to know what size that is? Don't say which size it is, but yeah, like
a lot of them.
Oh,
they'll know. Okay. You got to remember, a lot of the listeners started off as friends and family, like Facebook and Instagram fam.
Yeah.
After that, I branched out to like their friends, and then like.
No, because I get criticized for my coffee. Like,
oh, hold on. Let me tell you, and then you tell me. Venti, upside down, caramel macchiato with almond milk with an extra pump of caramel on top.
That's the normal drink at Starbucks.
Is it? No, it's not.
No, okay.
They'll be like
Here's the thing for me though. Personally, I'm the kind of person who's like, if I'm gonna go pay for coffee, I'm not gonna get a fucking coffee I can make at home.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna get something that like at least has a little shebang bang in it.
Yeah, that shit has 3 shots of espresso off the bat.
Does it have 3 shots?
Yeah.
I don't even.
That's why I get the macchiato. The macchiato.
No, okay. It depends what mood I'm in. What I get.
I get that shit no matter what mood I'm in.
Really?
Yeah.
Because you need change in your life.
No, because see, not every day I get that. Sometimes I'll go to fucking 7-Eleven 4 or 5 times for a coffee. Sometimes I'll go to Starbucks for that hitter.
Are you going to Starbucks once and 7-Eleven 3-4 times and like? You gotta consider that, because if you're getting one with 3 espresso shots in it, it might be more expensive for that one coffee.
No, it is.
No, but yeah, Starbucks is gonna be more expensive than fucking.
Hold on. To say your question again, like in one day, on a regular, it's 7-Eleven coffee on the way, and then Starbucks coffee when I get there.
So you drink both coffee regardless. Like you drink a strong coffee every day,
no matter what.
Okay, no, I'm just asking because, like, for instance,
sometimes 2 or 3 a day.
Sometimes if I just get because I'll get the regular stuff sometimes. Like, for instance,
I'm like what you said. If I'm gonna pay,
no, I'm not talking about like a regular fucking Americano either. Which that's what a regular, yeah, that's what it is in Starbucks. But because like the white chocolate mocha, for instance, like stuff like that. Like I'll get that stuff.
Well, you talking about like the frappuccinos and the cappuccinos?
Well, that one is a...
Cause see, I was new to the game too, baby. I was new to the game. People are like, you're just getting like a chocolate shake with caramel on top. Like it has like a little bit of coffee. And I was like, for reals? And it has like 800 calories. Yeah. So you're like eating a meat, drinking a meat. So I didn't know this, right? Like, Daddy's new to the game. Daddy hasn't been tired that long. So I haven't
been tired that long?
Well, I've been tired. Hey, but I used to drink Red Bull.
I know. Okay, trip out. Remember that? Like, some people drink coffee because it keeps them up. It kind of keeps me up when I want it to keep me up. Because I could drink coffee like at 10, 11 p.m. and then go to sleep.
Not that triple macchiato.
Oh, no, yeah. There's a different... But I'm talking... Some people drink just regular coffee and like...
Yeah,
that'll fuck them up.
If I know, like... Let's say, example. If I knew tomorrow I had to be up like at 6 a.m. Today, I would have like 5 or 6 coffees. But not the triple macchiato. You get me?
That's still a lot of coffee.
No, because I would have like 1 in the morning. I would have that morning coffee, and I'd get 1 to go. So I'm having my coffee.
Do you need a morning coffee to start your day?
No.
Okay, I don't either.
A lot of the times I don't, but when I do, I need it. Like, my head is like, you need some sugar, daddy? And I'm like, not a sugar daddy, some sugar daddy.
Hey, sugar daddy, like...
No. And so sometimes, like, I'll leave fucking El Monte like 11 midnight, and I'll stop by Starbucks and get a coffee. And they'll be like, you're getting a coffee right now? I'm like, I gotta make it home. And don't get me wrong.
Hey, you should be like, bitch, you're open because there's other people getting coffee too. Like, don't fucking...
No, but you know, it probably looks odd. Like, everybody's in there buying beer, and I'm in here buying a coffee.
No, I know. Well, I mean, because, like, when I get off fucking... Well, when I used to get... Right now, it's not too bad. But when I used to work at Amazon, get off work at 4 in the morning and go to Jack in the Box and get a fucking burger, and they're like, oh, you're...
Starting off here. Yeah.
No,
that, like you said, perspective. Because that's one thing I see, too, now, like, with parenting.
Where did this conversation start?
With podcasting.
No. After that.
I asked you 2 times. I'll ask the 3rd time because I'm a gentleman.
Oh, no. Like, okay.
Like, I'm going to look outside.
Sometimes he talks too much because I was like, all right, well, right now he shuts up and finishes his stuff. Because one of us likes to not interrupt the other one. So I'll listen to you and I'll be like, okay, once
I love to interrupt. And I'll say that bluntly, like when there's meetings, like a bit between
coworkers. I'm interrupting you at this.
You should,
but like I felt like I had something to say, but then it's not that important if I forgot it. Obviously. But it like, see, it's those gems that you lost on. Like, there you go, B.
For people not listening, the Chris D'Elia episode I posted about twice. Theo Von on The Fighter and The Kid. Go listen to that shit. You'll love it.
Hey, shout out to
Firestone Walker.
Firestone Walker is the beer we're drinking.
This is 3. Honestly, I feel like I've drank more, so that's a good thing.
There's only 3 there.
No.
Juan, 2. Oh, those are yours. Those are mine.
So I drink 4?
No. How many do you have down there?
4.
Did you grab both?
I grabbed one. Whoa, chill, girl, chill. It's not a competition. It's not a race.
No, I'm just...
That's probably 3 and 3. This is our 4th. Makes sense.
Is it more in this fridge?
I don't think so.
You have to get up your clothes.
All right. Hold on. Let's get back. Podcast. What's your goal for podcasting? Oh, hold on.
No, I said that when you went to the restroom. Go back and listen.
When I went to go pee, I was thinking about...
Shout out to someone for paying attention.
I don't listen to them, right? Like, I'll listen to this shit tomorrow, make sure it's all on there, whatever. Like, I listen to it, right, once. But it's like hearing the same conversation. People tell me, like, well, you technically listen to it. Like, bitch, on a technicality, yes, I listened to it on the drive home to make sure everything was captured. But yes, because I don't, like, once it's posted, like, it's up there. But I don't, it's on the web.
It's on the cloud.
But I don't listen to it. And I was thinking about what, like, Ozzy said. Ozzy's and Albert episodes were memorable for that reason, because Ozzy's like talking to his kids. His kids are all like, I think Eli's like 10 now. Fuck, that's crazy. But he just had a daughter too. I think she just turned 1, Eliana. And he's talking to his kids like, you're gonna listen to this and remember your dad loves you. You know, like no matter what happens in life, like your dad loved you 100% no matter what. Like I remember being there. And just, like, it brings me to, like, ooh, because that's how I feel about everything. No matter what you're going through, if you don't see me here, like, listen to this shit. because your dad loved you. Like, so many people are gonna tell you how much your dad loved you. You get me? And then Albert has no kids yet, and he's talking to his unborn children. He's talking about, like, I can't wait. I'm so excited. Me and my wife, like, you know, when we have kids, it's gonna be so fucking beautiful. Yada yada. You know, just going.
I'm gonna throw it out there. Any future kids of mine listening to this, you're an accident.
No,
like I
know you're joking. Joking. But Albert's saying that, right? And he goes, yeah, because I just want him to know, you know, like, you fools are planned. Like, exactly what the opposite of he said. You fools are planned. Like, we love you already. Like, I don't need to hear that shit twice, you know? Like, I was there for that moment. And the same thing, you know, like, all this, I said it then on Ozzy's episode. I can remember fucking vividly. I hope nobody, right? But one day, I'm going to get a call, I'm going to get a text, I'm going to see something on social media. So-and-so passed away yesterday. So-and-so whatever. So-and-so, and be like, fuck. They were episode whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go back and listen to it and just be like, damn, I remember we were in that fucking place, or we were in that whatever, and just be like, damn. You get me? Like,
yeah.
It's just, or I'm gone. I even said, like, I'm the one that's gone. And you guys have this to remember me as, like, I was a piece of shit, but you know that.
Yeah.
Like, I was a piece. I still am.
Yeah.
The other day you saw me show up all bloody.
You will be.
I will make mistakes, but that's the thing. I'm trying to do better for that little girl. I'm trying to be someone that she'll be proud to call her dad.
You know, it's kind of crazy. Like, I felt like I needed someone to be like, oh, I gotta better myself or so and so or anything like that. But now I'm like, nah, fuck that. Like, I just gotta do it for myself. Like,
well, that's what I say. Take care of number one. In order to give her the best that I can, I gotta be the best that I can. Damn, bars, baby, bars. Write that down, fucking Funk Master Flex.
I felt like, unlike Funk Master Flex, though, everybody could come up on here.
Nah, only hitters.
Oh fuck, I'll get off then.
Okay, podcasting. All right. No lie.
No, because I didn't like briefly talk about. That's why.
But
went
okay.
on to a different subject.
If we could do like a banner one, I was talking to Izzy about it. Like, maybe you could do like I don't think a King and the Sting one, because we don't have like the editing and all that. But like the Fighter and the Kid, where like if we have 3 memes already ready to go and we come in here and I just go like, oh fuck, then we put the camera on that type of shit, and you're like, yada yada yada, current events, yada yada yada. How was your weekend? How was it? Whatever, you know, just kind of like that.
Yeah.
I was talking to Izzy. I want him to do his political podcast, and he told me straight up, he's like, let me branch off of yours. Like, let me be on repeatedly, and if it gets a following, then I'll do it. I'm like, no, I want you to do it like not on your own, because I'll help you in any way that I can. But like almost like if, quote unquote, right? I'm doing air quotes. If it's my listeners, and they're listening, like you said, some people are listening because they like you. Be like, they don't. Yeah, the guests are.
They'll listen to your episode.
Yeah.
Like honestly, the Fire and the Kid.
Theo Von.
Like, most of the ones I've seen are Theo Von, or like people I actually know, because like I told you, Brian, I don't even know his last name. It's not funny to me. He's not funny.
That's what Izzy said. Izzy said he likes Brian more than Brendan.
Really?
Brendan's like a phony. I was like, well, he's not a phony. He's riding like his UFC fame, right?
I can relate to Brendan.
More than Brian. Well, Brian's a fucking, like Izzy said, like Brian makes fun of his like fucking silver spoon, you know, like
yeah, he does.
But I'm like, I don't get it. And one thing we did agree on was like Theo Von stand up whack. So far,
I haven't seen his new stuff. I've heard his new stuff is good.
The stuff I've seen is whack. The Brendan Schaub, whack. Brian Callen, whack.
Oh fuck it! I told you about Brian Callen like that.
No, but see, so imagine, but yet they're comedians and they're killing it right now. Is it because of the podcast? Maybe.
You wouldn't put yourself out there.
Well, this is Theo's 17th year in stand-up comedy.
Yeah, but how many podcasting?
Like 9.
You just need to hit it one, like a little pump. That fool hit one in 1 year. He signed a contract for $3 million. Like, he's probably making more money than a lot of people.
No,
like,
I mean,
yeah,
I get that, but for me, I have said it many times. money isn't my like motivation.
Yeah, honestly,
I want comfort.
That's why I'm kind of glad we grew up
poor.
Yeah, because it gives you the
value,
especially now, because like we kind of both had success in like having a business, but it makes it like not as scary to fail because you're like, oh, okay, I could continue. Like before, where I'm working now, what was I fucking doing? Cleaning toilets and like working at a fucking small ass company, but. Kind of gotta humble yourself sometimes again.
That's what I said. Like
to remind yourself, like, all right, it could be worse. Let me just not go back that far.
I remember I was working in Norco, and it was a weekend right before Christmas. Because I remember I even got like a 3-day like early pay. Like your chicken will be small next time. Like you sure? That's what I'm telling you. Like they're good to me, not just because whatever. But it was right before Christmas. I had Abby for the weekend. Thursday and Friday, we were drenched. Like, those little yellow fucking raincoats don't do nothing when there's wind and shit. Like, we're all fucking wet.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, just working wet as fuck. I get fucking sick.
I used to pick up, because that same company you used to work for, I used to pick up merchandise at, I don't know if it's the same, I think it might be the same one. On the GPS, it didn't say Narco, though. So that's why I'm
yeah.
But I'm, like, it's one company that's,
yeah.
It's a big company, so like there's no other facilities in the area, and I think it's that one. But I used to pick up there, so like I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like everything's exposed, like everything is.
And I remember getting fucking sick. I picked up Abby after work on Friday, brought her over here, and all I did was spend sick Saturday, Sunday. Dropped her off, came back Monday. I was like, fuck, I'm fucking feeling like shit. I can't work. I don't know what the point of the story is. Right now, halfway through the story, I don't know what the point of the story is.
It's alcohol.
But it is. But I remember calling in sick on Monday, like 3 hours early, like you're supposed to. Like, hey, I can't come in. Like, hey, what's going on? Monday, you're a little hungover? I'm like, the fuck? Don't worry why the fuck I can't come in. I can't come in. Like, there's hundreds of people lining up for your job. And I was like, fuck it, let them take it. Like, oh, is that your 2-week notice? I'm like, nah, fuck it, I quit. And I remember being like,
fuck.
Fuck. Like, waking up like on Tuesday, like not healthy but better, and being like, you gotta take shit, but you also can't be walked on how they do.
Yeah,
I got sick because of you motherfuckers. I'm working in the fucking rain, like legit in the rain. Like these coats do nothing. You're fucking drenched. It's fucking 32 degrees, and you're telling me like there's hundreds of people lining up. Like, fucking take my job. And that's when I ended up out here. Well, not out here, but out here and fucking back in the SGV. And I just remember being like, you have good days, you have bad days, like you said. And I could be working in the rain right now, getting sick on my weekend, like on my weekend, I mean, with Abby. But I'll take this all day. So when things get rough, because like people tell me, like, how do you deal with it, like on a day-to-day basis? Like, to me, it's easy. I got Abby. I'm gonna go see Abby after this. We all have bad days. There's rude customers. There's rude coworkers. There's whatever. I'll walk away from the situation. Not always, right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, I got Abby. This weekend. Can't lose that. People say, like, fuck. You really do. Now I'm telling you, like, people ask me, what are you doing? I'm like, lately, like the last month, I've been saying 2020 challenge, baby. 2020 vision. And so that's why I feel like
you get too much to lose.
Yeah, like, it's catching momentum.
It's good when you get to a point where you got too much to lose. Like, you don't do stupid shit because you got too much to lose. And it's kind of, it's good because it's like a different perspective because you're like, nah, like, let this fucker say whatever he wants because it's not worth it to me. Like,
man, it's cool. You want another beer?
Yeah. What were you saying though? Like,
about the podcast.
No. Fuck. You keep going to the podcast.
No, because the banner, like the fucking King and the Sting, and the fucking.
No, but
I want to start 2 new podcasts this year.
Is after that the whole? Oh yeah, okay. Because like the same way as you, like you're kind of cool. Where like, let's say someone comes up to you and is like, man, fuck this, and you're like, oh, this fool's having a bad day or whatever. Like, you don't let it get to you. Like, you don't let it affect you because you're like, fuck it, like, let her having a bad day. But at the same time, like the exact same way you said, like, I'm not a pushover. Like, if you, like, I'll let it slip. Like, okay, it's not personal to me. Whatever, it's not a big deal. If you want to make it personal to me, then like, fuck it. I'll like let's handle shit. And I've kind of had that, which because at my job actually I got not told, but they're like, oh, you kind of have to be the bigger person and shit. And all right, I'll do it. Like I have no problem doing it. And I was doing it, and the same motherfucker was like telling me to do certain shit, and I was like, you can't do that shit yourself? I'm like, yeah, all right, well, fuck you, and then just walk away, shit like that. Like, I'm cool, but I'm not a pushover either. Like that, and that when you're saying that story, it's like, yeah, just fuck a job. Like, look at the guy who just fucking died from UPS.
Oh yeah.
What did they do for him? Fucking start a GoFundMe? Like, fuck you.
No. And one thing where I know some of the people listening maybe like,
hey, B, you want beer? Cause like,
I'll go grab it. Hold on. I'm not a bitch. Like, I don't think. I mean, I guess I am a bitch, but I'm not a bitch. But I guess I am. Cause I just, like what you said.
That's not real. Cause
like what you said. Like,
yeah.
I just some guy told me the other day, like, man, why don't you do it yourself? So I looked at him and said, cool.
Yeah.
I know what we. I told him, I know what we stand.
That's what we saying. Yeah.
I'm good with that. I just walked away, and the homie saw me, right? He's like, hey man, chill, dog. Don't react. And I was like, I'm good, man. I'm just like,
see, I've been calling myself petty. Is it pettiness when you're like, okay, like, I'm gonna let you do that, but next time, like,
no, and I know, legit, I was like, dude, I'm gonna go see my daughter after this. I'm not here for this, vato. She was always telling me to go grab a beer with him and shit. That's why I don't grab a beer with fucking coworkers. I was like, and my homie, right, like my homie was like, fool, like, chill. I know you, dog. Like, don't fucking, you know, like, you're gonna see your daughter, perro. Like, come on, fool. And I was like, no, dude, I'm not upset. I'm just surprised. And I was like,
I've been
let me chill, because I was upset. Like, you know, in my head, I'm like, ooh, you motherfucker. Like, I was 22, this shit would have gone down differently.
Yeah.
So I just walked away, and then in my head, I'm like, you're a fucking bitch. Because that's how I react. Like, I've said it before. Like, I got issues. I'm like, you're a fucking bitch, Hector. Can't believe you let somebody talk to you like that, you piece of shit. Like, ooh, if people could see you now. Like, if people could see you now, you piece of shit. No, see, all these stories you got, and this is how you react. And I walk away, I walk outside, and I'm just like, you're here for Abby. Remember, you're doing this hour-long drive for Abby. And then, so that calms me down.
Yeah.
You know, that's like my Hulk moment where I'm like, you're here for Abby, you're not here for this. So I'm just chilling. This one comes out and says, hey, dog, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, I've just had a bad day. The last person I want to snap is on you, but, you know, you just caught me at a bad moment. I'm fucking so sorry, Pedro. Like, I would never do that to you. I would never disrespect you. And I'm not trying to be like, oh, for look at me or whatever. Yeah. But I'm like, hey, man, don't trip. It's cool. Like, you know, we all have that moment of weakness. I'm glad I didn't have that moment of weakness, like, to return the favor, you know. But no, dude, you know, I would never do that. It will never happen again.
Okay, and that shit once. That's all.
And that shit happened like 2 or 3 times where I'm like, why do they come apologize? You know, because the fact of the first time it was like, oh, this was scared or some shit. Yeah. And then not the same person, but somebody else would be like, oh fuck, I'm so sorry. I'd be like, am I allowing you fools to walk over me, or like, why is this happening? And after the third time, and after the third time, it was like, is it just something that happens? And then they'd be like, fuck this fool. And then with me, it's like, oh, so I was like, you know what? Doesn't even matter. At the end of the day, I said the same thing 3 times. I'm here for my daughter. And then every time, I'm like, dude, you fucking hold your composure. I'm like, nah, you saw me a week ago when I showed up. You can only take so much.
Yeah.
I fucking... Like, I'm not all hot right now, but I'm just like, damn, dude, like, because it does get under your, at least to me, like, I know fucking, I try to say I'm a better man than I was 10 years ago, but you catch me in the wrong situation, dude, and
you're arguing with that person from 10 years ago, and you're like, no, motherfucker, like, fuck it, you don't need this job, like,
I told myself, like, fuck this fool up, my boy, what the fuck you doing? And I'm walking away like, you're here for Abby, and I'm like, and that voice is saying, you're here for Abby.
See, it's crazy because, like...
Let me go get the beer since you're...
Yeah,
let me hear you out. Let me hear you out.
No, because... Remember how... Like, it's funny because, like, everything is kind of, like, off topic, but everything's kind of intertwined. Because
the universe works in mysterious ways.
How I told you, like, it's a whole, like, I have too much to lose kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because... Unfortunately for me, the whole, like, coming... Or when the mentality of, like, you have too much to lose... was when I was with my ex, when like we had everything basically, and a lot of it fell on me, and I'd be like, nah, you can't do that because like you have too much to lose. Like if I go down, then like everything goes down, and like that's not what I want. And then it's kind of crazy because like I don't know how much you know, but like I used to do stuff that wasn't 100% legal. Like when I had my own apartment and stuff. Like,
dude, you know I used growing up. Okay, you saw my operation.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking about earlier. The $100,000.
I was a baker and everything, and shit like that. But so it got to the point where that's why I started legitimate businesses, because I was like,
the money doesn't add up.
No, not only that, but I was like, if I could do this over here, like what can I do if I'm actually like out there? And the thing is, like I said, it turns into like, oh fuck, I have too much to lose, because it got to the point where like I would be not paranoid, but I'd be like, fuck, like I gotta make sure I'm not followed.
I was getting followed,
and that's the thing. Like you get to the point where you actually like, is this shit worth it? Like is like with a legitimate business, like no one gives a fuck about you. Yeah. Like really, no one cares. You could fly under the radar so much, and it's crazy because like even now sometimes I'll be like, how the like you'll never make money with the business, but then like it's like I was selling fucking $5 shit and making money. Like you just gotta fucking put yourself out there.
Baby.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring 4 just in case. Keep talking though. Don't let them listen to nothing.
Nah, that's what they deserve. Nah, just kidding. But let's see what else. Going back to my podcast, or what I hope to be my podcast. The name I'm thinking about is Bookdom and Influenced. The bookdom aspect of it is because, like I mentioned earlier, in school itself, I was classified, or I'm saying classified, I don't know if that's the actual term or what it's called, but I was considered someone who is not, I guess, intelligent or not normal, or isn't developing normally. So I was in all these extra special need classes. Not special needs, because it wasn't like full on special needs. But at the same time, nowadays, like in my position at work and like even in life in general, a lot of people will listen to me and tell me like, oh, you know a lot and you're smart. And in my head, I'm just kind of like, okay, so this school district, or like the school district I grew up in, considered me dumb. So I'm book dumb. I'm not smart when it comes to schools. And it'd be called Bookdom and Influence, because if I'm going to be by myself, or if I'm going to have someone there, it's either going to be you're under the influence or above the influence, meaning drink, smoke, whatever it might be, do what you got to do to be you, to get through life, and not go crazy and shit. You can keep all 4 out right now?
No.
Oh, okay.
What do you want?
I like the light ones. The California Pale Ale is for me.
Open this one up for me. No, this one.
You know what's crazy? Like, you know how when I first started drinking craft beer, I was like, oh, what's the difference between this? What's the difference between that? Like, honestly, being a bartender is probably not that hard, because now, like,
beer tender.
Yeah, beer tender, I guess.
Bartending is not hard. It's like if you have good memory.
Now I feel comfortable when someone tells me, like, do you think I like this kind of beer? It's asking, like, what do you drink now? Like, let's say, like, fucking Modelo or something. Like, oh, okay, you're gonna like this. When someone says, like, oh, I drink Blue Moon or Shock to, oh, you're not gonna like any of this shit over here.
You're like, sweet, have fucking, even, you know what they like? They like sours. Because they like something flavorful, like, not as hoppy.
Oh, so
hoppy, I usually get paid good money to do this shit.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure. When I went to San Diego, I went to a bunch of not a bunch, but I went to breweries and then like bars that actually sold nothing but like craft brew or locally crafted beer. And there was one, and that was funny because I got something called like the strawberry something or another, right? And I drank it, and I was like, oh shit, there's a hint of strawberry. And one of my friend's buddy met us up there, and he got something called like the strawberry rain, like something super more extravagant, right? And he goes, dude, mine tastes exactly like strawberry. I was like, you're full of shit. Like, mine has strawberry. Like, I know this is strawberry. Like, there's no way there's more strawberry in beer in yours. And like, he's like, just try it. I got it, and I was like, this shit is fucking straight strawberries. Like, so I don't even remember what it was called though. But there is some beer out there that it's gonna range both from like tasting like coffee, tasting like fucking dirt, to be honest with you, to some that are like fucking fruit, like straight fruit. It's crazy.
There's this one mimosa. There's a bunch of mimosas now, but I remember one of the original ones. You ever had champagne with like orange juice, like for breakfast at a brunch?
Like that? No. Have I had it? Yes, but not like in that situation specifically.
No. I mean, have you had a mimosa? Like,
yeah. I've had them, but not like.
Well, imagine like a mimosa in a beer. It's like 13%. It tastes like champagne with orange juice, and you're like, dude, the bartender made this real quick. Like, no, this comes from draft, and you taste it, like, this is like they could. It's a science almost now.
Well, maybe we should be drinking our beer from glass. Truthfully, because I brought back some from the McKillen Brewery, the California Dreaming.
Yeah.
And when I was there, I obviously had it from the tap. And that shit was delicious. Like, it was fucking good. And, like, so much so that I was like, I'm going to fucking get some to go. So I bought the pack. And I remember one of my friends was, like, I think he probably mentioned it to me before, but I just remember because he told me, like any beer, especially from a bottle. A can. He told me cans, like, just pour them onto a glass because you're going to get a better taste. I don't know if that's what it was or not, but, like, I had those beers and, I don't want to say it tastes like water because it makes it seem like they were not flavorful. But that's how I could fucking take them down. Like, it was so good, I could just fucking, like, it was so good and refreshing from the glass that I could just drink them like water. The when you're drinking the...
How do you get into talking about beer when I want to go pee?
I didn't. We started talking about it when you had them on the table.
I said the 4 beers and then I walked away.
Yeah, and I said the California Pale Ale, and then I said that I was comfortable enough to start recommending beers to people.
Oh, so I didn't miss nothing?
Huh? Well, I kind of went into why I was going to call the podcast what I told you I was going to call it.
Okay.
The same reason I told you.
Okay. See, so I missed that part, because then when I came out, you were reviewing
It's funny, because every time you've been going to the restaurant is when I talk about the podcast. Which is how it should be. Like, you don't need to hear. Nah, it's kidding.
No, that's cool.
But this... Like I told you, it's...
Are you going to do solo?
No, well, if you would have been listening to me, I mentioned when you're in the restaurant. Now, like, I don't want to say... Like, see, that's the thing. Like, not to say I don't care, but I would do it solo. To start, I kind of want to have guests, just so there's not too much silence. Because I know in the beginning it's going to be, like, okay, adjusting to everything and stuff like that. Even now, like, it's... How do you say that word? Like, I feel like I have nothing to talk about, but at the same time,
2 segments.
No, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Just for at least for start talking, and then have like a notebook. I know I don't write notes. I don't do nothing like that. But you know the solo cholo ones, right? When I don't have a guest, I've only done one. But even Izzy was telling me, like, imagine how big you would have gotten this shit if you would have just threw something out there. And that's what I'm going to do next year.
You know who does that? I think you mentioned it, too. Because a lot of people say the guy from the Hot Ones, the Hot Ones.
Oh, yeah.
They always tell him, you're such a good interviewer. Like, you're really continuing.
Oh, no. Not when it's people, I don't do that. But I mean, when it's by myself, I'm going to have, like, one current event and one thing I want to tackle. Like, something just in general.
Yeah.
You know, like, say, I don't know, just throwing it out there, the Trail of Tears or, like, the fucking Holocaust or something. Yeah. Like, because people ask me, like, what do you think about this? I'm like, I don't know enough about this. And then sometimes I'll look into it and be like, oh, fuck.
No, because, see, what he does is he has a list of, like, kind of facts. Like, let's say you're coming on the show.
But I don't want to do that to guests because I feel like, I'm not an interviewer. Fuck you, or you're not that. I don't care who it is.
No, you gotta consider his type of, like, the whole show. Their show is based on you're gonna get hotter and hotter, and you lose focus on what you're saying. So he wants to know more about you, so he could ask more questions.
Yeah, and see, that's not my show though.
No, yeah, but that's what they're going for.
As far as like, this podcast is straight open.
There's one episode that got really good because I forgot who the guest. I wish I could remember because I think it was someone a little obscure, so it's not even someone really too famous. But they pretty much asked him, like, what made you get into this? and he went on like a whole little rant, and he was kind of like I used to be like a IT guy basically. He was like, come to work, sit on my cubicle, type all day, do this, like that. That's all I would do. And he goes, it was depressing, it was sad, like you always feel like you're undervalued and stuff like that. He goes, but when I really hit the mark where I said, no, I can't do this anymore, like I really got into a sports team. He goes, this sports team became my life. If they lost, I was mad, I was upset. When they won, I was on top of the world. And I told myself, why is this something not important to me at all? Why is it dictating my life? And I realized my life is so depressing that I'm finding happiness in something that is in no way, shape, or form related to me. He goes, and that's what made me start being like, okay, what can I do in my life to make myself happy? And that's kind of where I want to be, to the point, like, as weird as it sounds, like, one of the best shows I've ever been to was Wicked, the musical. So I want to go to musical this year, because
everybody says that though. I mean, not to be like belittling.
No, yeah,
everybody says musicals are the shit.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy talented, because like, it's one thing for them to sing that good, you know, because like I'm pretty sure you sing like, or you tried at least at some point, like at least singing out loud and shit, and you're like, fuck, like
I fucking suck.
Yeah, and these people, they're like singing
and acting
perfectly, hitting the notes and stuff. And you're like, God, like you're fucking running around. Like I'd be out of breath doing that shit. And then one thing I noticed, because I've seen it twice already, Wicked. There's little things where you're like, oh shit, like was that part of the act or not? Because, for instance, in the first one, there's a scene, or there was a section.
Spoiler alert! You gotta say spoiler alert.
Well, no, it really doesn't have to. But the girl is like playing with the wand or whatever, right?
People haven't seen it yet, B. They're gonna go see it next week, and you're over here dropping dimes.
It's not playing this year, so yeah, it's not gonna happen. Anyways,
they're listening to this in the future, B. You gotta say spoiler alert.
Don't get ahead of yourself. No,
spoiler alert.
So she's playing with the wand, right? And it goes flying out of her hand. And I forgot what she said, but she made a joke, and the whole fucking crowd laughed. And then a couple years later, I went to go watch it with you, right? And I remember, I was like, oh, this is where that scene happens. And I was like, wait,
it didn't happen?
It didn't happen. And I was like, what the fuck? The first time it was an accident.
Improv.
And she improvised it.
Yeah.
And then I was like, God, like it made me appreciate the show more, because you're like, they're going, like,
anything can happen.
Yeah. That's why they're getting paid the big bucks, basically. Because, I don't know if you know, but like Broadway actors, there's certain Broadway actors who are making bank. And, like, think about it, like, not normal person, but someone untrained and shit is going to be like, oh, let me go pick it, or let me run after, like, make it kind of seem like, oh, they messed up. Where I'm over here, like, waiting for that funny scene, and they're like, oh shit, that was not part of the show at all.
True. That's that. Who's that, Bender? Me and Mato were talking about this 2 days ago. See how the universe works? If you do everything right, nobody suspects a thing.
Yeah. As long as you keep your... That's why people get caught, though, because they talk.
Well, yeah. First 48, Tom Segura. Just fucking get a lawyer. First say, hey, I want a lawyer. Fuck! They throw out the case.
Fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth.
What was we saying? Before the Wicked part. Oh yeah, do what you like. That's what I was saying to myself. Cause I cut down on sports a lot. But then when I watch sports, I'm not gonna be over here like, oh, I'm a coach, or I'm a this, or I'm a that. But I see things for what they are. You know, I see X's and O's. Like, you either execute or you don't. You get me? And so that's when, like, college football, I see it and I'm like, oh, this position is weak, this position is X's, like, they're going to win because of this. And people love that shit. Because I don't tell them this is why I think they're going to win. I just say, like, this is going to happen. Bam. Today I was wrong one of the two games, but I wasn't even that wrong.
You know what it is? You can read people's emotions. I feel like that's what it is.
Me, personally? Or just
me?
No, I'm good at fucking, like, sports and shit. Not me doing the sport, but me, like, watching it, I'm like, oh, this is their strength, this is their weakness, this will out. not analytical, because I could do math really well, but not like that, like computer level. And I'll just be like, oh, this team's going to score this many points and win by this many. Today, when I did that shit for the morning game, B, I had no reception up there. But when we were coming down, phone was just like, I had it on silent, but it was just like, I called it a blowout. Like, it's going to be a blowout. I said 42-21. It was 56-14 in the third quarter.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't even know what game you're talking about, B. I don't
Oh, it doesn't matter. But point being, like what you were saying, like, you know, like when you what were you saying?
I don't know, because when I was talking about sports teams, I was saying like when you really don't have a lot in your life to look, not necessarily to look forward to, but like when you don't have, you're working towards,
that's what I was gonna say.
Focus on,
like, I still have my teams, right?
Yeah,
but remember back in the day, I used to go like all the LA Kings games, fucking a shitload of fucking Dodger games just to like watch baseball. Like now I feel it more like in the viewer perception. Like, I don't have a team. Like, you get me?
Dude, that's the thing too. Like, I think that's why I started like.
It makes it more enjoyable to me.
Well, that's why I want to like show like.
I'm still. I mean, I would say one team I'm a fan of, but I'm like, that's not fair for the rest of the teams, because like, how can I say it? Like, I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't care about a certain sports team enough to be like, oh, that's my team. And I was like, I have jerseys of players and shit, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I told myself, like, wouldn't it be better if I just like watching good teams play?
Yeah.
And I was like, why don't I do that? And I was like, oh, because that's your team. I was like, well, fuck that team then.
Like with the Angels, like I say the Angels because if I were to say like, oh, I'm a Dodger fan, the thing with Dodger fans is like, who's this fucking player? Like, okay, I'm not a fan then. Apparently, I'm not a fan. I'm like, I'll fucking buy their merchandise and shit, go to their games, but I'm not a fan. So I'll support the Angels. I got the Angel games. But now, like, the last time I went, it was more like, let me watch this fucking game. Like, and honestly, like, because I went with my dad, and I was like, I'm disappointed in how this game played out. Like, this was a boring game. And I remember, like, in the 7th or 8th inning, I told my dad, I was like, so I go home? Like, this game's over. Like, now you see why people do it. And it's funny that we were there because we were seats were pretty decent, but like near us were I think you said you sat in them before, the behind the
dugout.
No, behind the catcher. Okay. Like, so they have, I think in Anaheim it's the Patron section or some shit like that.
Sponsored by
yeah their bar or whatever. But my dad was just like, huh, they're bringing them their food and their drinks.
That's what I said before.
That's what I said, you remember? And then he's all like, look at them. They're not even looking at the game. They're just eating and talking to each other. He goes, do people do that? Do people come to baseball games and do that? And I'm like, well, if you buy a season pass, you could probably like get in there for fairly cheap. Like, there's probably ways that you could get in there. He was like, but that's normal? And I was like, well, think about it. Like, some people come here just for
after work drinks.
Yeah, he's like, well, I could do that. Like, have a drink, eat some food, watch a baseball game. I like baseball. He goes, we should do that. We should do that next time. And I was like, all right. But he was like, so. Yeah. And then he's like, this. And that's another thing. Like, I haven't asked him since then. But he goes, this isn't like Dodger Stadium. Like, everyone's a lot more calm and peaceful here.
You know what I think it is? The traffic, too. I'm telling you, today I saw it. Traffic gets people, like, angsty. So if you know, like, traffic gets people angsty, and you know, like, okay, I'm going to be in traffic, don't get angsty.
Don't get all up ahead.
Yeah, that'd be, I'm telling you, the first month when I was driving out there, I'd be that, still the same guy I was fucking, like, it would come out, and you'd be like, fuck, motherfucker, go.
I got so tired of being late. I got tired of being, like, late because of like, not even late, like 2-3 minutes from when you're supposed to be there. That's why now I leave to work an hour and a half early.
Exactly. And everybody knows, because like, when I clock into work, and I brought this up, I mean, I didn't throw nobody under the bus, but I got, like, marked for, like, not showing up on time for a month straight. It was because, like, I kick it. I go fill up my water canteen. I go do everything. I go take a piss. I go change, get ready, clock in 1 minute late every day. But it was because I was starting my ritual at like, say I went in at noon. I started at 11:55, so it took me 6 minutes. So I said, dude, I'm in the fucking parking lot at 11:30. I'm chilling. But I was like, alright, I'm starting my routine at 11:50. You know, that's the time I went in at noon. And like, oh, what changed of it? Nothing. Just, you guys said I was late, so I started clocking in earlier. I'm like, and I started doing what everybody else did. Everybody clocks in and then goes get ready, goes get to their Starbucks. I'm like, I'm not trying to throw nobody under the bus, but don't hold me accountable like for fucking whatever. If everybody else gets a pass to do whatever, and then they looked at the things and they're like, oh fuck, everybody's doing 10-15 minutes of whatever. And what had you just said before I lost my train of thought? Right before that, you had said like my dad had. Somebody's coming down. That's Tito. We'll get him on the podcast.
He just liked the show. Oh, I mean, he not the show. He liked the whole just being able to relax while.
What's up, girl? Come. Why not upstairs?
Really up there?
Oh, damn. Come talk on the show real quick. You could say what's up. I'm gonna take a shit. Okay, so how did I get on my tangent of bullshit?
I don't know, because I was telling you how like my dad just had enjoyed like seeing, not necessarily enjoyed, but you went through traffic. That's how you started.
Oh yeah, the angst, and that's why Dodger Stadium. It's so fucking crazy.
The fucking hill.
Because everything is just a bitch to get up there, and you see it.
I will proudly say that I haven't been to Dodger Stadium like in probably 20 years.
No, hell no. You've been more recent.
No, I haven't been there. When's the last time we went with my parents?
Well, the 1 year you didn't go, we went like 3 years ago.
Exactly. Before that, when's the last time? I know before that you guys had gone another time too, and I didn't go to that one.
I don't know. That's when I was.
I'm telling you, like it was probably like when we were when I was like in 5th grade or so, when we got the fucking poster from like the baseball. Hey, remember that one UCLA poster I had signed? It was probably signed by some like
Maurice Jones-Drew and Mercedes Lewis.
Yeah, that's just in the garbage somewhere.
Yeah, they weren't a great team, but they had really good players on it. But
my teacher, I know she's still there in Parkview, Miss Weska. She's a good, really good teacher, great teacher actually.
I don't know, but never had her, so I never asked for her. How long do you think we're at? Should we wrap it up? I feel like we're just now like
ranting. Yeah, you could.
I mean, if you want, what else do you got to plug? You got to plug anything? Your podcast of the future. Start listening to when? February.
Probably.
January? No, you gotta do it
late January.
But see, the thing is, now you threw it out there.
No, I know.
The people are gonna be like, "Hey, where's his podcast?" Be like, "Oh, he's still working on it."
That 5 listeners are gonna be like, "What's going on?"
The people still listening.
It's gonna be like fucking Chris.
Hey,
he asked me what my name was. AB, was that a silent one? Because I can fucking smell it right here.
No, like I'm over here laughing because even the listeners are mad, like the disrespect. Like,
hey, B, I'm gonna tell you what I tell everyone else. In order for me to disrespect you,
I must respect
B. I gotta have some sort of respect for you.
Come on, girl. It's your first rodeo. That was my bitch. All right. This isn't a self-help podcast, but I don't even know what I do, but fucking some words of advice for the fucking listeners. The hundreds and hundreds, soon to be thousands of listeners.
Oh, you thousandaire boy.
We fly high, no lie, you know it. Ballin'.
He is talking shit about your boy. How you gonna rap him on the
who?
Jim Jones?
Talking about who?
Tekashi.
Oh my god,
your boy.
Alright, right now when Tito comes out, I'm gonna tell him, maybe legit to quit. Who listens to Tekashi? Be like,
He's gonna be like, us.
Alright, do your thing so we can wrap this thing.
The what?
The fucking words of wisdom.
So everyone's waiting for their opportunity. everyone's waiting for the big opportunity, you know, like I'm waiting for that big shot to change my life, or I'm waiting for, like, I'm not saying anything in specific, but you know how people are, like, everyone always says, like, I'm just waiting for that one big shot.
Waiting for my shot.
Yeah.
My moment.
My thing is, it doesn't have to be a big shot. Like we were talking about earlier about the crossing the river with the stones. It could be that little jump, but that little jump is going to lead you to another jump and another jump and another jump. And before you know it, you're halfway across the river, you're all the way across the river, and you're on to the next one. But
on to the next one.
You always just got to be doing something. No 0 days.
No 0
Every
days.
single day, do something to
what about
make your life better.
Days? That's good. That's good. That's good.
Hey,
That's good.
Negative days, you got to be like my bank account. It's like, I can't deal with that negative shit right now, B.
All right. Anything else? Plug your show. When can they listen?
The end of January.
End of January?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Find you where?
I don't know yet. Probably, yeah, I don't know.
I'll say I'll plug it later, but I never do. So, I'll probably give you a shout out on the medias so that you can follow you. Cause I'll say I'll plug it in later, but I never do. So, I'll say I will, but I won't. So I'd rather not be a liar. So I won't plug your show later. But on the medias, I will fucking give it a shout out. And I'll probably be the fucking first guest. And fuck you, because you know I am.
I'll make sure. I'm petty. I'm going to make sure you're never on it.
Oh,
I'll start a different show just to let you be on it and to tell you will never be on the other one.
Womp, womp, womp. End it on the wompy womps.
I want to know how many people actually think Hector's womps are funny, though.
I want to know how many people, like, the 3 jokes you tried and failed miserably.
I'm not trying, though. That's the thing. Like, I might fail miserably, but that's just who I am.
So you fail at being yourself.
Yeah.
Let's end it on that note.
Like, that's why I'm here.
Yeah, you guys didn't laugh at that either. How long do you think we did?
Bitch, you laughed. 2 hours and 42 minutes.
It's not a bad guess. You could do math. Oh, we started exactly at 1?
Like 101. That's
okay. Yeah. It's. Oh, well, honestly, he's looking at the stove, and the stove is like.
There's no clock on the stove to putting that out there, though.
There isn't a clock, but there is a fucking analog fucking time. So, yeah, 2:40. Good night.
And
good morning.
We put it out there. Hector doesn't know what the difference between analog and digital
real quick.
keepers are.
Your brother, 100% seriousness, no trolling. Are we Tekashi 6ix9ine fans? No, I'm not even looking. Don't say no trolling. No trolling. Who is?
Me and you.
Exactly. See, I told you, bitch. He doesn't get it.
He doesn't music.
It's not a lifestyle. It's a movement. Hold on. Come talk to him. You're not being recorded. You don't gotta hide, baby. Come.
Hey.
So they can hear you.
You don't have to be recorded.
No, you're not, like, visually, because you're like hiding. Another question. Did MGK ruin Eminem's career? Exactly. Now you know he's trolling.
This guy's on it. Like he's still sleeping on Jordan Lucas.
You can grab a beer. There's 2 in here and there's a bunch in the fridge.
I don't take these 2 in here.
Oh no, take those over there. These are the good ones.
Do you drink the?
Do you like Ipas? No. Get these 2 then.
Get the Grenader from over there.
Alright, that's my baby brother, and we're calling it a wrap. That's it, right?
Don't be silly.
B, come on. This is like, that's me, baby girl. That's me.
Oh, dang, chill, girl. That's cool.
Yeah,
no battery. It happens.
You're so silly. Once Santa came through, like, all the girls are back to being naughty. We'll end it on that note. Good night.